Fair enough. Yo, can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I good? There we go. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. I'm first type shit. Looks like you are. What's up? Let me know if my sound and my video are good. Let me know if the quality is qualitying, if that makes sense. Let me know. There we go. Much better. First indeed. Your take on being stingy. It's terrible. It's a bad thing to be, because being stingy is a short-sighted way of being selfish. There's two ways to be selfish: the long-sighted way and the short-sighted way. The short-sighted way is being stingy. As they say, penny wise, pound foolish. You're not looking at the big picture. If you were to look at the big picture, you would realize very quickly the best way to be selfish for real, and this sounds counterintuitive, but the best way to be selfish is to help others. Because nothing guarantees that you'll be taken care of more than helping other people. Right? So real sophistry, long-term thinking sophistry, requires you to look beyond yourself. That's like a piece of wisdom very few people understand or apply in their lives. Just, something to keep in mind. Something you should think about. Ask me anything, man. Ask away. What's going on, Casanova? How you doing, man? What's going on, Mexicans? Hella randomly, I know. The club video flows in the mind like a silent lake. Which one? Oh yeah, the one I put up yesterday. Yeah, that's one you want to like chew on for a little bit. You want to really think about for a while, because a lot of people don't see it that way. A lot of people don't think about it like something they should consider in that way. But yeah, clubs are interesting places. They're not actually designed for, good decision making, let's just say. They're not designed to be places where people go and make good decisions. So whenever you think about a club, just think about a place that isn't meant or designed for good decisions. And it'll all make sense to you. Right? Don't forget the purpose of a club now. Don't forget the purpose of it. There we go. My bad, y'all. Just doing the finishing touches on some work over here. Anyway, let's see. My sister, arguments are starting to be funny. I stopped caring about trying to prove my goodness. You were never supposed to be proving your goodness in the first place. Why are you doing that? That's a waste of your time. If you have to prove that you're a good person, you're not a good person. Good people don't need to prove that they're good. Right? You don't have to prove that you're a good person. That is an oxymoron. That is a waste of your time. So, if you had to prove it to begin with, then that was the wrong way to go about doing things. You feel me? What's going on, somebody? Beard tips. Wash with a beard wash and use any oil. Some people use coconut oil. I use coconut oil. Some people use eucalyptus. Some people use castor. Some kind of oil. Just some kind of lubrication for your beard to make it slick, make it shiny, but more importantly, to protect it. You want to protect your beard as much as possible, okay? The more protected your beard is, the more protected you are. Plus, if you're a fighter, it creates a nice cushion for would-be punches. You feel me? Just something to think about, something to keep in mind, whatnot. No, I'm not doing that. There we go. All right. My brother has an issue with his marriage where he says he's staying with her for the kid. Your brother sounds miserable, man. The advice to give him would be to get out of there. I understand it's not easy, but at the same time, he has to stop being a bitch about it. You know, end of the day, he's miserable. And I'm not saying he should leave because he's miserable. I'm saying he should leave because him being miserable destroys the relationship and the family and the kids, inevitably, right? If the head of the household is messed up, the rest of the body is messed up. The Bible says that too, funny enough. But it's kind of funny how backwards the world is now. We live in a world where the woman is going to choose her happiness over her family most of the time. That's usually how it ends up happening. And yet, if anyone should be doing that, it should be the man, right? The man should be the one choosing his happiness over his family. Not in like a super selfish kind of way, but in like a, if you don't take care of yourself, who will? And if you're not taken care of, then who's going to lead the ship? Right? It's a similar thing I was talking about not too long ago before. Someone was like, because I made a video a long time ago about this very thing. I mentioned that the parents should never use the kids as the ultimate focus and priority and goal in their relationship in the household. Like, you know, those parents that are like, the kids come first? Yeah, those parents are wrong. They're false. And I'm saying that with experience, by the way. I'm saying that as an only child. I grew up an only child of parents who thought they could use focusing on me to save their marriage. Didn't work. Did not work. And of course it didn't. And it put a lot of unnecessary pressure on me to be the reason for my parents' happiness. So I can tell you from experience, trying to make the kid the ultimate focus and goal and priority in the relationship is a bad idea, because relationships are made primarily of the two people in it, right? Especially when we're talking about, like, you know, a relationship between a man and a woman. Even if you're in a situation where you have multiple women in your life, each relationship is still different, regardless. So you're still dealing it on like a one-to-one basis. You have to prioritize your happiness and their happiness, but mostly yours, because if you end up losing yourself in them, then who's going to take care of your happiness? And if you're not taken care of, then how can you take care of them? You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give what you don't have. You cannot give happiness if you don't have happiness. You cannot give fulfillment if you don't have fulfillment. You cannot give security if you're not secure. You cannot protect anyone if you don't feel safe yourself. All right? Much less to give it to a fucking kid. Are you kidding me? No. So, going back to your situation, right? He's trying to say, I'm doing it for the kids. He's killing the kids if he's being in that situation, being unhappy. He's going to be the miserable father that takes out his anger on his kids, or even worse, tries to use the kids as his reason for existing, as his reason for being. If you're paying attention in the world, you'll notice a lot of people are like that, right? A lot of people use their children as their purpose. And that is not the way it's supposed to go at all. You're not supposed to use your children as the reason for your being. If the most important moniker in your arsenal, in your life, the most important hat you wear is father, you're useless. I'm not saying being a father is a bad thing. I'm not saying it's not important. I'm saying if that is the most important identity you hold, right? I'm a father, then you're not a good father. That's the whole point. Okay? You have to be, your cup has to be full for you to pour into others. Keep that in mind, please. And I sound harsh sometimes, but it needs to be said like that, especially with fathers. What about being stingy with women? Again, same thing. The idea with women is not to be stingy. The idea with women is to make sure that they're grateful for everything you do give them. right? Let's not confuse that with being stingy. Okay, let me put it a different way so you understand. If you have to withhold, for instance, because I know when you say stingy, you're really talking about resources. You're talking about stuff. You're talking about money. If you have to withhold your money, right, with women, what does that say about you? What does that say about what you think about yourself? It means that you genuinely believe that the only thing you have to offer women is your money. That's it. The only thing you would feel the need to withhold from women is what you believe is the most important thing to you. Women do the same thing too when they withhold sex. You want to know why they do it? Why they withhold sex and use that to control men? Because deep down in their minds, they genuinely believe they're nothing more than their pussy. That's why they do it. Is that what you want to think of yourself? Do you think that you're more than your money? If you don't think you're more than your money, that's fine. Keep withholding that. That's cool. You'll eventually reach a point where you realize it doesn't work, right? It happens to everybody, especially the men that like think money is like the ultimate leverage against women. Which, by the way, as a side note, it is not. Right? I have seen women literally jump states, move countries, fucking disown their own family for the sake of men that have the ability to make them feel high quality emotions. I've never seen them do that for the sake of money. Money can only motivate a woman so long before it inevitably becomes irrelevant. Women can't keep selling their soul for money over and over again, but they can sell their soul forever for the right guy that makes them feel a certain type of way. But I digress. The point is, if you should be withholding anything, it should be your time, your presence, your attention. Withhold those things. Because that speaks higher of you and what you think about yourself. Right? That shows that you actually value those things about yourself. If the only thing you like, you're penny pinching with bitches, like, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? Besides, and this is also another very important thing you have to keep in mind, as far as women are concerned, a man that doesn't share his resources is useless. Now, I'm not saying be frivolous with your resources, but you can't be the guy that goes to the other extreme and just thinks, okay, I'm just going to hold on to it forever and never give it away. Because then that means she doesn't have access to your resources. Whether she works for it or whether she, puts in any kind of effort for it or not, she can't have access to it. It's useless. It's like running into a beautiful woman and you're like, give me your number, and she goes, no. It's like, okay, cool, she's beautiful, but I have no access to that. So what's the point? That's useless to me. Bitch don't become useful until she becomes useful. You see how that works? It's only valuable, it only has value when you can access the value. So keep that in mind. Deep down, he just don't trust her anymore because she found bad text about him. Oh, he found bad text about him on her phone? Is that what happened? Oof. She's talking bad about him to probably her friends. That's not a good sign. She's already lost attraction, Tell your brother to be careful. She might be planning something. Have you watched Lupon on Netflix? The fact that I even called it Lupon, you already know. I feel as if you would enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I haven't watched it in a while though, to be honest. I watched it like 2 years ago and I stopped at like episode 5, I think. Episode 6. Was it? I can't remember. It's been a while. Whatever episode where the police finally found out that he was Lupon. And I think some house burned. I remember an episode where a house burned down. And his kid was, or he thought his kid was in the car, but the kid wasn't in the car. It was the whole thing. But when that happened, that was when I lost interest. Because it's like, the chase was fun when no one knew he was Lupon. Now that they know, like they have a positive idea on what Lupon looks like, it's like, I'm not going to continue with this show. It kind of loses its taste for me, The writing was unique up until that point. I didn't hear your answer on the real world, and it's actually worth it. The what? Why would my boyfriend keep his son a secret from his grandma? Well, more than likely because he's a little bitch. No, but like seriously, for real. Anytime you feel the need to lie to someone, especially when that person is a matriarch, is because you're scared of women deep down. Right? So that, I mean, you could interpret it as he has a lot of respect for his grandmother, but it's like, if anyone should be happy about you having a kid, it should be your grandparents. Because then they get to brag and be like great grandkids. So why would he like lie about having a son to his own grandmother? That tells me that he has put his grandmother on such a high pedestal in his mind that he's not even thinking about it from like a common sense point of view. He genuinely believes, I'm gonna guess that he's from a unique culture. He's probably like either, Middle Eastern or African or something like that. I don't know. But more than likely, he's convinced himself that his grandmother would be so disappointed in him for having a kid. And it's like, dude, just think about it from a biological point of view. What person doesn't want to hear that they have a great grandchild? Right? Someone was asking me a different question about a question that's kind of similar to this, but in a different way, where he's a white dude, he's dating a black girl, and he was asking me. I mean, I essentially helped him get this girl, and he got this girl pregnant, I think a couple months ago, and he's wondering how his parents would receive the kid. And I'm like, listen, dude, all that racism shit goes out the window when genetics is involved. I promise you. You really get to see for yourself how insignificant the concept of race really is when you see how strong the pull of genetics is. I don't care what they feel about black people or whatever. When they look into that grandchild's eyes, that little light-skinned baby's eyes, and they see their features in that baby, that's it. It's raps. Because fuck race. It's a very simple dualistic biological imperative. We're here for two things on the biological level: survive and replicate. To be able to have great grandchildren or grandchildren is evidence that you replicated so well that your offspring have offspring. Right? That's the ultimate, I succeeded at this genetics shit. That is the ultimate indicator that you did your job. So yeah, all that racism shit goes out the window. Don't worry about that. Tell him to stop being a little bitch and tell his grandma. She would love it. She would be so happy. And if anything, she'd be pissed that he hasn't let her spend time with the grandbaby, right? The great grandbaby, I guess. I've done some research and realized parenting isn't that hard. It's just that people started at the wrong time. I disagree with that. Raising another human being is difficult. Parenting is difficult. Like, let's not bullshit ourselves. Well, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Parenting is difficult if you genuinely have, high expectations of your children and amazing goals. If you just tend to rear kids, you know what I mean when I say rear kids, right? If you just want to pop out a bunch of little motherfuckers and have them exist, cool, it's easy. But if you're a person with higher standards and you look into your future and you see your children doing greater than you, like, which is what every parent should want for their kids. You should want your offspring to be better versions of yourself, like the you 2.0s. And you should want their offspring to be them 2.0s, which is you 3.0, right? If that is where your mind is at, if you genuinely see your offspring and your offspring's offsprings and your offspring's offsprings being better than the last, then raising that next generation is going to be a tall order. It's going to be quite interesting. Like, you should start planning your kids' lives very early, before you even have kids. You should have a structure to the kind of things they're going to be learning and at what time. Because especially with kids, they learn, dude. They learn really quickly. They absorb information like sponges. So everything you want their life to look like, you should that first 7 years especially. Like, I have a student. Not to give too much away. He works in the NFL, and at one of our calls, he let me know something very interesting that I thought was really cool. And apparently, in the NFL, right, the teams practice like week after week during the NFL season. They practice for the next game they have, for the next team they got to play, but they script out like the first 20 plays for if they get the ball, they don't get the ball, blah, blah, on the offensive and defensive side. They script that shit out. So every play you see on a Sunday morning when the NFL is going on, they've already practiced those plays beforehand. Like, I know they always practice plays. That makes sense, obviously. Those are very well coordinated. I'm sure you can tell. But they have an actual script they're following. Like, okay, now we first do this, then we do this. And they do it on purpose, usually to exploit the weakness of the other team. Right? And he said the first 7 plays are so important. Like, those are the most important plays because that will dictate the rhythm going into the rest of the match. And I remember thinking, damn, that's so interesting because that's literally how life works. The first 7 years of living are by far your most formative years. Everything that is you right now, everything that makes up your personality, your characteristics, your traits, your behavioral cues, all those things, more than likely, like 99.9% of the time, you either learned from or had the propensity for by the age of 8. Because you learn between ages 1 to 7, right? If you speak multiple languages, more than likely it's because you were exposed to them within the first 3 years. If you're athletic, if you're someone that's really good at moving your body, you're coordinated, by age 5, you figure that out. And if you're not, that means you were never given an opportunity to like figure that out by age 5, right? If you have, there's different kinds of intelligence. There's like, depending on who you ask, up to 32 different kinds of intelligence. But the majority of them you learn at a very young age. Very young age. You don't have to be born with them or even have the genetic, affinity for them. But if you learn them very early, like you have your basic level quantitative reasoning and you have stuff like, you have the ability to create abstracts, philosophical thinking, your spatial awareness, stuff like that. Sports will usually help with that, right? If you have those by ages 4, 5, 6, then you'll have that pretty much for the rest of your life. Does that make sense? And obviously I don't have to explain how advantageous those things are. So if you want to create an excellent human being, and you really should be planning to, if you want to really take your parenting seriously, you should think about raising your next generation of your offspring as essentially the next generation of super soldiers, which is how I think about it anyway. And if that is what you want to do, dude, that first 7 years has to be so well detailed and curated, like to the point of like people calling you a control freak because they're that important. They're that fucking important. Some of you plan to have the next LeBron James. You plan to have the next LeBron James? Bitch, if you don't start stacking up the money right now to be able to afford pure, unadulterated, like Cambodian breast milk to feed that child from weeks 1 to 9, and you're not planning that shit right now, like, come on. How you gonna have the next LeBron? How? Right? The next Mbappe, right? The next JJ Watt, the next Ndamukong Suh, the next Brady, right? The next Jaylen Brown. And that's just for athletics, by the way. I'm not saying you have to do just an athletic baby. It can be the next super genius. If you want to create a super genius, you need a kid that's already at like intermediate at chess by like age 4, 4.5. Which means you have to already explain all the fundamentals of chess by age 3. A lot of you probably don't even realize that kids can learn that much that young. Do you realize that there's a lot of people that have just an affinity for languages because they learned like 3, 4 languages by the time they were age 4? They lived in a bilingual house. They probably had a nanny that spoke a 3rd language. They had a grandma or grandpa from a different country that has a 4th language. I have a girlfriend like that. Speaks English, Russian, Spanish, French. Right? Grandparents, Soviet Union, Russian. Nanny, Spanish. Right? English, American. Right? French, literally just learning that from growing up in France and moving to Italy and Milan. It's kind of funny, her French is better than her Italian, even though she spent more time in Italy than France, but you get the point. Like, and again, at a very young age. And you have to plan it like that. Like, you have to make your household like a boarding school almost. Which means you have to turn into Professor fucking X. I don't know if a lot of you really, have it in you like that, because that is a tall order. That is not something you can just decide to do on a whim, bro. That is something you have to fucking decide to do. You feel me? So, just something to keep in mind. I think I've gone long enough in that direction. New location, not same old, just different side of the house or something. But yeah. The ideal age to place the blueprint you want your child to follow from ages 7 to 12. I think I kind of ranted about that the entire time. He struggles to gain compliance also. She has money but doesn't want to spend it on him at all. Yeah, because she doesn't find him attractive. At some point, we're going to talk about your brother and exactly what he's done to get to the point where his wife doesn't respect him at all. I'm very curious about that in general, but at the same time, it's like, what's going on there? What's happening there? I'm curious. Do you miss me, Jace? I've been locked in creating my own course and videos coming basically but spirituality, original framework's gonna take over the game eventually if I persist. Indeed. Please keep at it. And I want to check out your course, man. Let me see what it's about. I've been, doing my thing in the background here too. Just trying to put some certain things together. We need lives on YouTube, please, Jays. Haven't in a month, thank you. Oh yeah, I don't know if I want to put lives on YouTube anymore, but we'll see. Sammy's first, Philip is first, indeed. What do you think of the women who participate in man hate rant online but are compliant to their men? It's competition. It's smart competition. If I must say, it's smart competition. Okay, let me explain that so people don't understand. People don't, get confused. Always remember, right? As much as they like to deny it or forget it or brush it to the side or sweep it under a rug, we are animals. We are organisms living in an ecosystem, in our environment, responding to stimuli, both internal and external. And as a result, our biological imperative is very important to us, whether we admit it or not. What are our biological imperatives? To survive and to replicate. And in the way of doing that and doing that effectively, there's competition. If you want a bad bitch, understand that there's competition for her. Why is a bad bitch valuable to your biological imperative? Because she has the genetics to guarantee success of your offspring. That's why attractive women have value, right? Same thing the other way around. Why are high value men so scarce and so sought after by women? Because very few men rise above. Very few men ever achieve that degree or level of competence. So women feel the safest with those men. They will claw each other's eyes out for them. That's how it works, right? That's kind of what I'm here for. I'm here to teach you guys how to elevate yourself to that status so that women fight for you, right? Okay, cool. If that is all the case, right, and this is the world we're living in, these are the underlying rules that follow. Wouldn't it make sense if you were, a kind of person that didn't believe in fair competition? Wouldn't it make sense to use underhanded tactics to distract your competition? If you're a woman and you needed to get the attention of a high value man, wouldn't it make sense to do things to get other women to be distracted from the same mission that you're on? Like, for instance, tell women to behave in the opposite way that you do around the same man, so that you end up looking different and as a result, more compliant and more desirable to that man than the other woman. You see it all the time. I made a whole video about this, a couple months ago, where I said, there's a reason you see older women give very obviously bad advice to younger women. Why do you think that is? Older women can't compete on sex appeal anymore. That's not their forte anymore. They're not 23, hot and young, tight body T, high metabolism. They can't compete like that anymore. So what do instead? They turn around and go, okay, these young bitches are going to be a problem for me because the men I want are choosing them over me. Okay, I know what to do. I'm going to give them advice I'm saying this as an old bitch. I'm gonna give these young bitches advice that'll make them misbehave and look as undesirable as possible to these men I want, so that these men I want have no choice but to date me. And that's just one of the many tactics they employ, by the way. There's also the shaming and emasculation. Oh, there's a large age gap. Date a woman around your age, which doesn't make sense. Seriously, try dating a woman around your age. You'll be miserable, right? It's a bad idea, especially if you're around my age. I just turned 30, like what, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. I do not recommend dating women around my age if you are my age at all. They're rushy, they're pushy, they want you to fucking jump into a marriage with them right now, especially if you're in a position where they look at you as the most desirable thing on earth. It's hell, right? Either date super low, 25 and under, or super high, 35 and up, where they don't care about their biological clock anymore, right? Just as a side note. With that said, back to what I was saying, there's many different tactics they employ. The giving other women the empowerment to do bad things or to behave in less than ideally attractive ways. That's just one, strategy. Another one that I suspect they're gonna start really pushing for is the age of consent. I said this, I called this out like 3 years ago, I predicted this. And I said, give it 3 to 5 years. Women are gonna find a way to sign into law that men over a certain age can't date women under a certain age, or they're gonna find a way to just increase the age of consent. So they're gonna take it up from 18, 16, wherever the fuck you are, to like 23 or 25, and they'll argue that the human brain isn't fully developed until 25, which fucking hilarious when you think about all the responsibilities you can carry on before the age of 25 in this country. But I digress. But yeah, they're gonna find different ways to eliminate competition, right? You gotta think about it like the oligarchs in America. You got these giant tech companies that are decent, and they shiver in their boots every time international companies come to compete. And then they run to the American government and say, American government, you can't let these motherfuckers in. They'll ruin American dominance in the global market. And America finds a way to help sign things into law to make them look better, right? I'm looking at you, Zucky, and Facebook, and trying to get rid of TikTok. That's exactly what they're doing. Goofballs. Compete, bitch! Don't be scared of TikTok's algorithm. Just make a better one, asshole. Anyway. I'm sorry. I believe in competition. I hate pussies. Like, ooh, we can't compete. We're going to find laws to get rid of you, pussy. Anyway. Yeah, that's how it works. They're gonna turn around to those women and say, yeah, fuck these men, leave them alone. Your happiness comes first. And then when they go home, they're gonna be like fucking slaves to their husbands. That's how it works. So as a man especially, don't take those women seriously, okay? What's going on, Beko? He's put his wife through an emotional roller coaster. Nobody is out competing him. You should continue watching Lupon. You would enjoy when the villain's daughter? Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I think she lost attraction for him, doesn't even want to spend much time as she goes back. Fine. Who's this? Adeze. Do I know you? You called me my pet name from back home. What's up? Probably know you. Let's see. Home a lot. Oh, she's home a lot? That makes sense. I was talking about Andrew Tate's Real World. Shout out to Andrew Tate. What's going on with his Real World? What happened? Hello, Jace. It's my girl's birthday today. I took her on a weekend trip, gave her a present, told me she's going to a dinner. There's a lot of stories. Get to the point. Do you think I should go? I shouldn't really want... I don't really want to. I think I've done enough. Recently, I think she's been trying to do a reverse psychology thing on me. If you want to go, go. If you don't want to go, don't go. Don't be a bitch about it. Because the more you hesitate, the weaker you look. You have to make decisions. There's nothing wrong with making a decision, even if it ends up being a bad one, as long as you get in the habit of making decisions snappy. All right? If you have to ask within yourself whether you want to go or not go, you're being a woman about it. Just make a decision. There are very few people who still hold on to the racism after grandkids or replication is involved. I want to take my son to see my fight for a while after he turns 7. Then he starts training But he still sees my fight once a week. If you're talking about, first of all, even that right there, like if you want your son to get into fighting or combat sports, bro, you need to make sure that like as little as 2 years old, they're somewhere in the corner watching you spar, watching you fight at the gym. Because again, that's what I'm saying. Like the 1 to 7 thing, it doesn't start when they start talking back to you or start communicating. A lot of people like don't get that. The kid isn't now all of a sudden smart when they're like a little older and cannot understand language. That's not when the intelligence begins. The intelligence actually starts from the womb, for being completely honest. How smart your kid is, you can actually determine from like 5 months into the pregnancy by their ability to respond to external stimuli from inside their mother's womb. I'm putting you on game now. So, and you go do your research on this, right? There's a lot of people that have all these, there's all these products and services out there for essentially helping to hypnotize and brainwash your kid from inside the womb. Like there's these massive headphones. They're essentially headphones, but not for the head. They're for the stomach, right? If your wife or girlfriend is pregnant and they're like maybe 4 to 7 months along, you can put those massive headphones like that on the side of her, tummy, and you can play whatever you want to directly into the child's brain. And it can be, subliminal messages, it can be sounds, it can be stuff that's more, obvious. Like you play an entire rocket science lecture and the child comes out of the womb and just has an affinity for rocket ships. Oh, mommy, we're going to the store to buy a toy. No, I don't want the gun. No, I don't want the car. I want that one. He's pointing to like the mint packaged NASA shuttle, right? You essentially train them in how they're going to think and how they're going to use their brain from that young. So don't wait till a certain age to start showing them shit. Show them now. Now. And I'm not going to talk too much on it because I am on TikTok, but it gets deep, and you can show them whatever you want. I've seen people teach their children stuff like, complex mathematical formulas to the point where that by the time they're 4 years old, they're literally deriving the almighty formula from scratch, right? All the way to stuff like magic sigils, right? I'm a Christian. I don't do all that, but just giving you guys an idea of how complex the ideas you can introduce at a young age are. You don't have to like this idea of like, what's her name on this app? Miss Rachel. Oh, A, B, C, D. We infantilize our kids by doing that. You know that, right? Did I even say that right? Infantilizing children? It sounds redundant, doesn't it? It sounds like, aren't you supposed to infantilize infants? But you can force grow them. You don't have to do the whole... That stage is unnecessary. That stage is completely unnecessary. You can give your children mature and complex information at a very young age without robbing them of their innocence or stripping them of their childhood. The funny thing is, I kind of think of myself as an example of that. My parents kind of did it by accident with me, but I had an amazing childhood. Looking from the outside in, my childhood was actually complete shit. But my parents did the best to shield me from all the bullshit. I didn't know bad things were happening around me. I really did have an amazing childhood. And I was essentially force-fed complex information from a very, very, very young age. Hey, what's going on, Kay? I know, man. I miss you. I was force-fed very complex information from a very, very, very young age. Right? So, yes. It's very possible to give your children complex information without force growing them to the point where they don't enjoy a childhood anymore. If anything, they just kind of make, a fun childhood out of the complex information you give them. Something to keep in mind, Let's see. Listen in the background. Hey, Jason. What's going on, Emmanuel? Ima. By the way, a lot of Nigerians in the chat. Go and get Immigrant Game. If you're an immigrant in a different country right now, go and get Immigrant Game. Link in bio right now. Go and get it. Hurry the fuck up. My sale on it is about to end. Let's say I didn't tell you. Miss you too, boss. Are you trying to make more content on Insta now? I see you've posted Bear there. Yes. Instagram has something that I've literally made letters writing to TikTok about that they still haven't been able to do. Okay, I'll give TikTok, I'll cut TikTok some slack. TikTok has created something that I've been like, yo, I've been needing this, and they finally did it like a couple days ago, and I'm testing it out. It's great. Like, you can now do some certain things with regards to like the rules of DMing within TikTok, so it's fun. I can reach more of my followers more directly. It's great. With that said though, I've been asking TikTok, like, bro, when will you give me the ability to schedule posts? When? Guess who answered the call? Instagram. Instagram answered the call. So yes, it's so easy. All those videos you're seeing now, I scheduled them shits like 2 days ago. I'm probably posting another one right now. Don't even know. Not even there. Don't even care. It's great. I don't have to like wait and remember and post it manually. I could just schedule. It's like 20 I kept in that bitch. They'll be coming out till the end of the month. Right? So fuck yeah. Shout out to Instagram. Shout out to Instagram, son. Shit, about to treat that like my second YouTube. Hey, what's going on, Fish Army? How we doing, man? How we doing? Sir, I did something absolutely crazy. What did you do, Fish Army? It's like what happened to John Vastapen. Who's that? Did to Max? Who? John Vastapen? Did to Max? Who? No, I did a book call with you. Speak to this guy for real. Need some tough truth. Yeah. You're the boy, Mitzi. So we'll talk about that for sure. A girl helped me by making voice notes. Helped you with what? By making voice notes? I'm confused. Any tools or videos you can point me to about self-hypnosis to self-improve? Could you make a video? A self-hypnosis to self-improve is one of the many different ways to do it, right? Let's go over what self-hypnosis is. Self-hypnosis is, it refers to all the processes and tools and techniques you can employ to essentially embed yourself with a particular idea, right? And there's different ways to go about doing it. There's actually apps you can use. There's actually quite a few apps you can use that will help you with like sending subliminal thoughts into your mind and help you to remember certain things. There's different ways you can structure and restructure your environment, your physical environment, to help you to trigger you into certain kinds of states and stuff like that. But the entire idea is essentially one track focus, one track mind, a narrow focus of looking at certain things, and to keep reminding you to stay on a certain path, right? So it's not that, scamming. Am I reading that correctly? Scamming pedos sounds lucrative. I ain't gonna lie, but how are you doing that? I am confused and concerned all at the same time. How are you? And you're saying a girl she helped you make a voice note for them? Is that what you're saying? Damn, you're deep in the operations. Okay, look at you being the next Andrew Tate. Oh damn. All right, cool. There's a Barbie, 33 roughly, with 2 kids, and Mary chasing me right now. Does she just want fun and to feel young again? Yeah, if she's over the age of 28, she just wants fun and to feel young again. Especially if she's dealing with a guy that's under her age range, right? Yeah, they just want to have fun. Girls just want to have fun. Or when their frontal lobes develop or something. Yes, that's the excuse they give. Do you have an older baddie? A couple, yeah. She's a lawyer too. Ooh, lawyer older baddies. Those were interesting because they're fucking repressed. That's okay. Okay. Oh man. Oh man. Professional women are interesting because professional women, not that they're a challenge or anything. They're not particularly more challenging than any kind of women. But you gotta understand, all their suppression that they do at work, they come and put on you. If you allow yourself to be that outlet. So you're about to experience some freaky shit. I'm begging you, have the balls to draw very strong lines and set very strong boundaries. Because if you fucking let them, I'm gonna stop there. All right, lawyers, doctors, all them type chicks. You know, the high flying, you know, CEO, CFO type chick, the fucking, you know, entrepreneur, businesswoman. She has all these high level clientele and she works all these long hours. When she's looking for release and relaxation, they relax, all right. They relax. Hey, what's going on, Dimitri? What's going on, brother? By the way, I gotta send you like a bunch of shit I need you to put in the group. So we'll talk about that. What's going on, Don? Thoughts on tooth gems for guys? Tooth gems? Like the little crystal things they put on teeth? It might work, I don't know. I don't see a lot of guys with them. But the guys I do see with them, it doesn't look that bad. Go for it, see what happens. Keep liking the live. Oh, damn, we're already at 5K likes. Appreciate that, guys. Until around 7, I already read that one. Jean Jones, what's going on, man? What's going on? Let's see. Do you think John retired because he's afraid of losing to Aspinall? I think he's afraid of losing his identity as the GOAT. I don't think he's scared to fight Aspinall. I don't think any fighter is scared to fight, you know, especially at that level. No, none of them are scared of anything. Win, lose, or draw, they don't care. But you gotta admit, and it's very disingenuous of John Jones, Dick Riders, to not admit the very obvious here, which is that this man has made being the GOAT his entire identity. To have that stripped away from him would be terrifying. He wouldn't know who to be anymore. He wouldn't know what to do with himself. You know what I mean? So to act like that's not a massive contributor to the entire situation, I think that's disingenuous. Like, it's obvious he doesn't want to not be the GOAT anymore. Of course he does. Of course he does. Have you watched Now You See Me? The movie does a lot with hypnosis. Now You See Me is like hypnosis light, honestly. The mentalist guy in that movie is pretty good at portraying what a mentalist is trying to look like, but they never actually look like that in real life. It takes a little longer than that usually. If you want to see a real life mentalist, go and watch Darren Brown. That's like the person that was played by Woody Harrelson in that movie, Now You See Me. That's who that is in real life. His name is Darren Brown. He's a British guy, and he's the world's greatest mentalist and NLP practitioner. He's the real deal. He's fucking phenomenal. And I think I've watched every single special he has, including the one he put out on Netflix recently. You know? You better be good at logic dealing with lawyer women and have strong stances. It's not even that. That, if anything, you kind of dig yourself a hole by trying to argue logically with them. They're with you because they don't want to do that anymore. Like, let me give you a very important piece of advice for dealing with professional women. Professional women, especially when they're choosing men, right, that they want to have fun with on the side, especially if she's older, she's not choosing you because she wants another lawyer to come beat her over the head when she gets home. She's choosing the exact opposite of what she experiences at work. At work, she's the chick in the pantsuit. Everyone is like, oh, good morning. Oh, hello. Oh, you dropped your reports on your desk. How are you? Everyone treats her with this weird reverence and respect and distance, right? You're the one that goes, give me them titties. That's you. That's what you do. You treat her like the little girl. Okay, not a little girl, but pause. You treat her like the little college bitch that she wants to be treated like a sexual object. That's what she's starving for. At work, she's being treated with too much respect. There's too much of a high regard on her. You're the guy that comes in and you treat her like, yo, turn around. Let me box them booties, right? That's you. So to try to argue with her logically, like, I'm going to do with you what you're already professionally doing at work, first of all, you're going to lose. She's better at it than you are. Second of all, that's not what she wants. If she wanted to argue with a motherfucker, she would just go clock in and get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? That's not what you're here for. You're the opposite. You're Mr. Fun, right? You make her forget about all that shit. Right? She got a case pending. She might lose. The judge has it out for her since fucking law school at Harvard. She's stressing about it. She might not be able to make partner by the fall. You're the guy that comes and goes, relax. That's you. That's you. All right? Play your fucking role. Don't be doing that serious shit. All right, now it's not serious. It's fun. It's laugh. It's like the kind of dates you even plan with those bitches. Don't go to dinner. How was your evening today, dear? No, go to fucking Dave and Buster's. All right, go bowling. go play laser tag. Right? Go do a punch machine challenge. Go do one of them things. Don't ever make any part of that relationship serious, except the emotional part. You want her crying. You're probably the only person she's ever going to be crying in front of anyway. Everywhere else, she has to be a professional woman. Professional, right? You have to be the one person that gives her that emotional outlet. Does that make sense? You're fun. Be fun. Be fun. But boy, they are freaky. Yes, because they're repressed. They're sexually repressed, dude. They have no other outlet. No other outlet. You feel me? Unlike they thought you were banned or something, your lives haven't been showing up. Also, I named you. I'm sure you're a busy man. Oh yeah, I got you, man. I went through my Instagram earlier today though, so I might have already done your IG. I don't know. You mentioned when you turned 30, you did everything right leading up to. Yes, I did. Yes, I made an account, created an AI picture of a girl. Older people don't notice it. Oh, interesting. And yeah, a girl was so intrigued by all of it that she helped me out. Are you giving her a cut? Like, what's going on here? To 30, can you explain what you did right and what you think is us younger dudes can implement? Honestly, just have like some core, solid foundational habits. Because when you're my age, like I'm just 30, I'm still young, but basically you want to build good habits in your 20s. That's really what it comes down to. And as far as your 20s go, there's only really 4 aspects of your life you need to build good habits in to have a foundationally correct life. Good habits with money, good habits with women, good habits with health, right? And fitness, particularly like your exercise and your nutrition, right? And then good habits with your mind, your thinking, like good, solid mental frameworks that help your belief system along. If you can get all 4 of those places like right, you're doing something right. You're moving in the right direction. Even if you're not going too hard on all 4 of them, just having the bare level habits that help you to maintain a certain degree is more than enough, right? More than enough. I live a fasted life. Essentially, that means I eat once a day. I'll eat twice in about 2 days in a week, every week, but for most days, I'll eat once a day. Some days I forget to eat, to be honest. It's not even that I skip or anything. I forget to eat. And I'll just go a whole, 24, 36 hours not eating anything, and then I'll break my fast. But you can't do that as often as I do it, as accidentally as I do it, if you haven't been doing it since you were like, when I started, 26, 27, right? So just as an example, I have very healthy mental frameworks and healthy habits for the way I think about things, the way I problem solve, the way I receive and perceive information, the way I actually use that information practically, right? Very healthy habits in those regards, very healthy habits in those areas. And then with money as well, right? The skill of making money is one thing. The skill of spending money is another. And honestly, I'm going to give you guys a fair warning. For those of you that plan to be successful, you want to make money, that's one thing. But that's honestly an easier battle than the learning how to spend the money part. That's a bitch. No one talks about it enough. I'm kind of pissed off, low-key. No one talks about that shit. Making the money, learning how to use it, bro. Learning, especially if you're me and you're like me and you came from essentially nothing. I grew up in Nigeria, guys. I grew up, in West Side Africa, Lagos, Nigeria. I was born in Surulere. I didn't always have the easiest time. Let's just put it that way. And so you have all these dreams about what you're gonna do once you do get the money, and those dreams will do nothing but hold you back, because that's not what money's for. All right, so you learned that the hard way, and if you're me, you learned that the hard way multiple times because you're a stubborn little fuck. But like there's these different habits and skills you have to gather along the way, and eventually, by the time you're my age, you look back and you're like, okay, I'm happy with where I'm at. I mean, not satisfied. I can always do better, but yeah, that's kind of how you want to look at life. Okay. Let's see. Oh shit, you made some money off the little plan you had with the girl with the voice notes? Damn, you gotta. What kind of money though? What are we talking about? A lot of money, low money? Like, what are we talking about? At what stage in the relationship should you ignore her texts and calls for a week? There's no stage. It's as if you feel like it. I keep telling you guys, you do that at some points just to like create some resistance, some friction. Oh, 200 euros? That's decent. It's not bad. 200 euros, not bad. You do that to create some kind of frictional resistance in the relationship. And the best time to do it, honestly, is when the relationship is going the best, when it's going well. See, this is the problem with most men. Most men don't have the discipline to pull back when things are going well, right? For most men, things are going well. It's like, yeah, I want to keep this going forever. Oh my God, we love each other. We're having sex all the time. Yay. And you get lost in the sauce. In reality, you should have the discipline at that moment to be like, okay, cool, let me back the fuck away. Let me create some friction. Let me create some tension here. Because if you don't do that, she's going to do that. You see how that works? Either the world throws you the test or you just jump into the next one yourself. You pick and choose, right? Right now I'm focused on learning more about martial arts and pickup type shit. Been boxing 3 years now. Only boxing? What do you do for your ground game? Because boxing will be decent enough on the feet, but what do you do for your ground game? Doctors and nurses be the freakiest. Honestly, no. Honestly, freakiest, it's gotta be, Lord forgive me, it's gotta be the pastors, man. It's gotta be the pastors' wives and just ministry-related people. Because something about religion suppresses people sexually, which is unfortunate. Because it's not like, okay, religion suppresses people sexually, but God doesn't. Let's put it like that. If you actually read the texts in these books, any religious book, none of them really tell you that you can or can't do certain things. Past a certain point, obviously, right? There is an extreme to all these different things. But for the most part, people are conducting themselves as if they do certain things, they'll go to hell, which is just inaccurate, untrue. They did their research, they'll find out very quickly. That's not what the book says at all. That's not what the people that wrote those books said at all, right? But yeah, repression is it's a disease, man. Don't allow that to be your portion. They seem to always maintain their image. Oh yeah, they're very concerned about their reputation, man. Very concerned. It's very easy to manipulate people that are very concerned about their reputation because all you gotta do is threaten to, jab their reputation a little bit and they'll do whatever the fuck you want. But, it's kind of funny I say that because I'm in a position to do that with a lot of people, but I'm never going to do that. I don't care about, being underhanded like that. With that said, yeah, don't fall for that trap. Don't become the kind of person that is so constrained by your own reputation to the point where you feel like there's different things you can't do. It is a bit hard in the front end, but if you do it well in the back end, it's wonderful. The 3 pillars with your God relationship and your value, indeed. Yeah, when she helped me, she got 50. Oh, okay, cool. Oh, look at you, the nice pimp. Look at you. Made 200 euro, gave her 50. Oh, I would have given her 10. You see, some of us are pimpier than others. Nah, I'm messing with you. I would have probably given her. Honestly, I'm nice enough. I would have given her 80. I would have given her 80. Kept 120, give her 80 and shit. Which will do nothing but motivate her to do more for me again, But yeah. Are you cooked if you're in your 30s and never did all 4? Very cooked. Extremely cooked. Like, oh my God, you're cooked. Let me tell you what's going on. If you're in your 30s and you didn't create any positive habits in the way of creating, solid foundational advantages, mental frames, you didn't create any good habits with relating yourself correctly to women, you didn't create any solid disciplinary habits with relating yourself correctly to money, right? You didn't do any of these things, and on top of that, your health is not the best it could be. You never picked up a dumbbell. You never, participated in a sport. You never did anything to take care of your temple, your body. By the time you're 30, oh my God, so cooked. Especially if you live in a country like America, because America in itself is a pressure cooker, right? To use the cooked analogy, America is designed to keep you mediocre, honestly below mediocre, less than average. Everything in this country is designed to distract you, designed to keep you down, and not in like the white man keeping you down. No, that doesn't even exist. I'm talking in the everything is designed to pull you away from what you should be focused on, right? So if you just went down the American path and did nothing in the way of actually setting time aside to create good, solid focus and work on solid habits for yourself in those 4 areas, you're so beyond cooked, it's not even funny. Because now you have to learn things at like in your 30s that you should have started in your 20s. You're like a good 10, maybe 15 years behind, broski. Now, does that mean that you can't start at all? Of course not. The best part is you can start even in your fucking 50s. The problem is by the time you get your shit together in the way of these 4 habits, assuming let's say in the extreme you're in your 50s, now you have a lot shorter amount of time to enjoy all the benefits of those things compared to if you just started younger. Does that make sense? So in your 30s, you're cooked, but you're not as cooked as someone that started out in their 40s or their 50s or their 60s. You feel me? Start now, as soon as possible. Like, the sooner the better. Start right the fuck now. Start now. Start now. You have so much catching up to do. And also, I don't like to say this part, because low-key, it makes me feel like I'm giving you like a little bit of an out, a little bit of an excuse. Because here's the truth. The majority of people are cooked, right? Most 30-year-olds do not look like me, do not sound like me. They're so far ahead of the competition, if you're me. That's the truth. I'm pretty much the only 30-year-old I know with a good hairline, honestly, in my position, much less all the other things. So, if you're cooked in your 30s, if you're in your 30s and you're like, damn, I didn't do any of those 4 things, that's fine. You're pretty much with everybody else. You're right on schedule. But if you're a little greedier, like some of us are, you want to rise above, you want a little more out of your life. Yeah, you might need to start putting a fire under your ass. You might need to have a greater sense of urgency. All right? So, yeah, just something to keep in mind, please. And you have a lot of bad habits to get rid of. I think that's the worst part about not starting early. Because when you start early, you don't have a chance to, take on any bad habits. If you're starting later, you have a fuck ton of bad habits to get rid of. There's probably a lot of guilt and shame all up in there. You probably ask for permission to do everything you want to do in your life. A lot of social anxiety, a lot of regular anxiety. You're very prone to external stimuli, and that controls your behavior. No pain tolerance at all. None, which is why you haven't done those hard things to create those 4 solid core habits. It's a lot of shit you gotta unpeel before you start, Now, the beautiful thing about it is a lot of these things won't take a lot of time. It'll just be very fucking painful. Like, it'll require a lot of self-reflection, a lot of solid decision-making, and a lot of honesty, okay? I actually made a course about that, Self-Belief 2.0. It's, ask anybody in the chat, my most hard-hitting course, right? Like, you want to cry and feel bad, get that course. I put it in with the interview. It's with the interview right now. Or you can get it as a standalone, actually. Self-Belief 2.0 is right there. Link in bio, jstopickup.science.com, whatever. But yeah, don't buy the course if you're a faint of heart. You're gonna cry. You're gonna cry because the course is going to rip into you, and it's gonna make you realize just how many things you've done throughout your life to this point that you've wasted your time with. So get to it. Urgency, urgency, urgency. It's very important. All right. I just saw a message just disappear. Somebody put that back up for me. Is frame control primarily based on being selfish or putting yourself first? I would say yes. I would say that's one half of it. What were the 4 things again? A habit for your health and fitness. A habit for comprehension. That's your, mental faculties, building solid mental frameworks, right? Habit with money in terms of making money, keeping money, spending money, investing money, good habits around there, and then a habit with women. Because if all these other 3 things are solid, but a woman comes into your life and you don't understand how to relate yourself correctly to women, they will be your downfall. By the way, everything I'm saying about these 4 aspects, this is like fundamental shit. This is basic shit. Read your Bible. Read your Quran. What do you see in the Bible in every single story with every single prophet? They get tempted by one of these 4 things. It's always one of these 4 things. Their health gets fucked up, their money gets fucked up and they get tempted by it, right? Somehow their thinking is off because they haven't allowed the Holy Spirit to renew their minds, right? A woman comes in and fucks everything up for them. It's always one of these four. These are the only places you can have a hole. You have a hole in one of these places, you're fucked, right? So go over those, all right? Damn it, I missed that message again. Someone put, oh, that's the one I read from Fish on Me, right? Okay, cool. But yeah, as for selfistry, yes, that is one half of it. Putting yourself first is like, I would say, the first half. The second half is honestly just having a solid identity. The identity comes first, then your loyalty to the identity comes next. But the identity comes first. The loyalty to the identity, by the way, is what we call selfistry. That is what we call being selfish. But you have to forge the identity first. When the identity is forged, and it has a solidity about it, like you know what it's about, there's like it becomes your North Star, essentially, for every situation you're in with a woman. Because it becomes easy to remember the identity and to just move towards it every single time. A woman does something or says something to you, and the first thing you ask yourself is, if I am such and such identity, then what would I respond like? Give an example. If the frame, just as a very simple example, I'm not saying this is the only frame you should follow, it's just one of many. If the frame is you're a king, and you carry and treat yourself like a king, you walk around this earth like a king. Now when a woman says something to you, every single time that you hear anything a woman says, you will filter it through that mindset. Okay, I just heard this. What would a king think about when he hears these kind of things? What would a king say in response to these kind of things? Your ability to do that consistently and to always answer from a place of kinghood, if you will, that is what we call being selfish. It's a loyalty to the identity, but the identity has to be formed first. Okay? Something to keep in mind. I'm building up towards a fasted life, no food till 2, and may push till 3. Rookie. I'm already like no food till 8. You know, I'm just messing with you. But I really am at no food till 8. Early man did not eat until he has accomplished something. That's kind of the point. That's why I like leaving the food to the end, because I love food. You know, I'm a tourist. I love food. But I use it as a way to reward hard work throughout the day, not, you know, give myself something in the morning early. I haven't eaten breakfast in years, you know. He was on the run for almost 30 miles at 10 miles per hour for a hunt they might not even succeed in. Who are we talking about? Like the early man? Yes, he was. Let's see. Got a grappling dummy now thanks to Peter, 51. Who's Peter? I don't know who Peter is. Oh, shout out to Peter. Shout out to my boy Peter Parker. Shout out to my boy Spider-Man. He told you to get a grappling dummy? Hell yeah. You ain't never lie. Same when texting too. Have to pull back first. Yes. Always remember that. If you're not controlling the dance, the dance is controlling you. Either you're pulling back first or they are. Simple as that. No, I mean the pedo. Oh. I thought you meant the Peter, our guy Peter. Okay, fair enough. So because of him, you were able to afford a grappling dummy. Smart, very smart. I want to buy Immigrant game with it. Type shit. Didn't I give you guys a? You know, I don't want to talk about what goes on in the group out here, but you know, what's going on, Sam? How we doing? It's them investment bankers too. Oh yeah, with like how professional they can be, but how freaky they are in the sheets. Yes. Jace, the pastors, what have you done? The problem with people, just a quick Christian rant, because I'm a Christian man myself, right? And what does it mean to be a Christian? It means I follow the teachings of Christ, right? Which means you have to understand who Christ was to follow him. The problem is a lot of Christian dogma has been infiltrated and corrupted by other people's idea of what Christ was, as opposed to what he just was teaching, plainly and simple, in the Bible. He always talked in code, right? It was very interesting about him. He always spoke in, you know, esoteric language, very codish, very encrypted, used stories and Proverbs and stuff like that. But for the most part, it seems to me, at least in my interpretation of Christ, that he was concerned about very few things. The most important being love. He cared about us loving and helping each other. He cared about faith as well. Faith was the cornerstone of his messaging, right? But then he also, in his life and his living, he demonstrated what it was like to be perfectly man and God at the same time. The problem with modern day Christian dogma is that all it focuses on is the divinity of Christ. It doesn't pay attention to the humanity of Christ. And I think that's robbing Christians of what it means to be Christ-like. Because what made him Christ, what made him the Messiah, Jesus Christ of Nazareth, wasn't just the fact that he claimed to be of God or God's son. If you've seen him, you've seen the Father. It's the fact that he did all those things while having the complete, authentic, multidimensional human experience. That man would wake up from sleep like you and I do, right? We have human bodies. It runs out of energy. We need to go to sleep. He would wake up from sleep, stretch out, do a miracle, go right back to sleep. That is not just a divine person or just a human being. That is someone that completely embodied both. And so, I feel like I say this all the time. I'm always talking about my favorite Jesus miracles. What are my favorite Jesus miracles, guys? Say it in the chat. I've said this 1,000,000,001 times. What are my favorite miracles? Say it in the chat. I talk about the miracle where he is going into the temple of Jerusalem during the Passover, and he's trying to break his fast. And he sees a fig tree. And he's hungry as shit. And he's like, oh, I gotta eat something. Oh, fig tree, nice. And he walks towards it. He's happy. He's gonna get some figs. He gets to the tree, no figs on it. He was so hangry, and that is the word, angry plus hungry. He was so hangry that he cursed the tree to die. And then he walked away. By the way, he would later go into that temple, look into the temple and see people buying and selling, conducting marketplace activities. All this happened in the same day. A lot of people don't know this. Cursed the tree to die, went into the temple. People are buying and selling in his father's place. He gets pissed off, fashions whips out of twigs and sticks, whips motherfuckers' asses, drives them out, finishes his prayer, breaks his fast, goes to sleep, wakes up the next morning, gathers the disciples, walks back outside of the temple gates, and what do they walk past? The tree that he cursed to die the day before. The same one. People will only focus on the divine aspects of that entire encounter. Oh, he had the power to curse a tree, right? He was so moved by, humans desecrating his father's temple that he whipped them. But it's like, what about the human aspect? If somebody called your daddy a bitch, would you not knock him out? Cool then. That's what Jesus did. He stood on 10 toes and he said, you ain't finna do my daddy like this. That's human. That's human emotion. That's not divine. I'm not saying he wasn't, he was. But the way he went about it was not divine at all. That man took whips and said, I'm finna whoop niggas. That's human. He cursed a tree to die. Sure, that's divine. That's some superpower shit. But why did he do it though? Because he was hungry. You never felt so hungry you felt like cursing something to die? I have. I'm African. I definitely have. Right? So I say all that to say this. When I tell you stuff about how repressed Christians are, it's because we live in this world now where our Christian religion has created this weird interpretation of what it means to be a Christian, where we completely ignore the human aspect of our divinity. Because Jesus said he'll be leaving and sending a comforter back to us, and as a result, we will be like him. It's kind of funny, right, how that works. The devil fell because he wanted to be like God. But then Jesus comes and says, greater things shall ye do more than me. You see what I'm saying? Like, so people are confused, like, are we supposed to be like God or not? Jesus said, you will do more than I did. So which is it? So it shows you, right? It's not being like God that's the issue. God doesn't care that you want to be like him. In fact, he wants you to be like him. He made you to be like him. He made you in his own image. Because God was lonely. That's a secret no one tells you. He wanted more like him. The problem is y'all rushed the fucking process. Like the devil did with Adam and Eve. Eat the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. They weren't ready for that shit. They weren't ready. Okay, I'm sounding crazy now. Let me chill. The point is, closeness to God is not a bad thing. But always remember, you are made in a human body that abides by human rules and laws that you don't have to obey, but you have to honor. I live a fasted life. Fasted, not starved. I don't go days and months and years at a time not eating at all. I live in the human body. I have to eat at some point. Where do you think all this energy comes from? Real completion is understanding how to balance the humanity, the number 6, with the divinity, the number 1. God and man in one. 7. Completion. Okay? All right. I don't really know any grown game, to be honest. My coach been doing it's 60 years now. He's probably mastered more. What are we talking about? Martial arts? Is that what we're talking about? Should you care about your reputation if you're in uni to help with warm approach situations? You should care enough to have a good standing with most people, or at least the people you want to be in good cahoots with. But you shouldn't become a people pleaser. There's a very thin line between working to have a good reputation and becoming a fucking people pleaser. Be very careful with that. Okay? Be very, very careful with that. Do enough to be the guy that represents and has and demonstrates some value. But don't do it to the point where everyone knows you as the person that is willing to do whatever it takes to make people happy. That's not who you want to be. Okay? Let's see. My ex got mad. I ordered food for her when she knew what she wanted and she was paying for my food too, and made a big deal about it, that I'm trying to lead and cause a fight. Should I just let her choose if she's paying or just dismiss it? If she's paying for your food, I think you should have the right to be like, hey, by the way, I want this. And the fact that she would even get mad about that is kind of interesting. What kind of weird power play is that? With that said, though, we are talking about you. For context here, I'm talking to Homelander, right? You might see his name is God Pilled Zen here, but in the private community, we call him Homelander for a reason. And, there's a good chance there that she doesn't want to feel like she's being controlled because he used to have, that problem. But, maybe I need more context with this. I don't know. Break down the monopoly system in America. Basically, we live in a pseudo-capitalistic society. I always say I'm a big fan of capitalism. I fucking love capitalism. Capitalism is fun. Capitalism is awesome. And it's the most authentic to, a human behavior en masse, right? Capitalism, of all the systems out there, is the only one that really replicates nature the closest. Because all the elements within capitalism, it's pretty much just like nature intended. A bunch of people seeking value, willing to exchange value that they have for value that they want, but wanting more value than they're willing to exchange it for. That's what capitalism is about. You don't go to the store to buy eggs for, let's just assume it's $5 where you are. It definitely isn't where I'm at, but let's just say $5 for the sake of this example. If you're willing to give $5 for a crate of a dozen eggs, I guess 2 dozen, whatever, a crate of eggs, right? You're not giving that $5 because you think the crate of eggs is worth $5. That's what you tell yourself, but that's not what's happening. You're giving that $5 away for that crate of eggs because deep down you believe that crate of eggs is going to give you more value than the $5 you were willing to give for it. That's why you're willing to exchange it. So everybody gets underpaid in capitalism. Not because capitalism is evil, but because people are greedy. See, that's why I love capitalism. Capitalism naturally takes advantage of people's psychology. Because if we didn't have a capitalistic system, we'd be in the wild exchanging value, like trade by barter. And it would still follow those same principles. Everyone would still be trying to get a lot more value than they're willing to give in exchange. See, thank God at least we have money. Money makes that imbalance in the value more frictionless. It makes it less painful. We don't feel it as much because it's just numbers, ones and zeros. If you had a bag of beans and someone else had a bag of rice, and you wanted their rice and they wanted your beans, the amount of bullshit you would have to go through to argue which one is more valuable to know what the correct exchange rate would be like brain splitting. You would hate it. Because one person would argue, well, we're not currently in rice season, we're currently in bean season. Everyone has beans, so my rice is valuable. Then the other person would go, wait, no, hold on. It's actually easier to grow rice than it is to grow beans. So yes, we might not be in rice season, but for the most part, it's a lot easier to cultivate and harvest, and it takes a lesser amount of time. And then the other person would say some bullshit like that, and then it would just be this back and forth nonsense. It would take too much fucking time. So thank God for capitalism. All right? Thank God. It just makes everything simple. Money, cool. Easy. Now, that's pure capitalism. We don't really have that in America. We have this thing called a pseudo-capitalism, which is just my way of saying it's capitalism light. It's diet capitalism. Because it has elements of socialism within it. Now, I'm not mad at the fact that there's elements of socialism within capitalism. I always say, I lean more conservative with most of my beliefs, but it's most of them, not all of them. I understand the point of having some socially progressive ideas here and there in certain areas in fucking microdoses, right? The problem is, when it comes to capitalism and quite a few other areas in America, the socialism isn't microdose. It's fucking baptizing the shit. Capitalism is no different. Our economic structure here is no different. Capitalism is all about free market choice. People get to decide what they want to do with their money. They get to decide who they want to patronize, what value they want, and they get to make that decision based on whatever the fuck they feel like is best for them. They can compete. They can choose based on price, which most people do. They can choose based on quality, convenience, and time. Least amount of effort or sacrifice required to receive whatever service they're buying or product. Right? They can compete on anything. They can decide on anything, which means the businesses that produce those things can compete on anything. Right? With that said, though, we live in an American capitalistic society where those choices are limited to just what certain people in high places want you to choose. For instance, I'm currently live on TikTok through my Google Pixel. It's a good phone. It's a great phone. I like it. I've been using it for years. I've been using Pixels in general for years, but I really like this one. It's really nice. Here's the problem. Deep down, I know I could be using a better phone. Anything Huawei has put out in the last 2 years is better than anything Google has put out ever. I know it. Anyone that's that's familiar with phone tech knows it. Hell, you probably know it too, even though you might not be that tech savvy as these phone tech guys, right? Anything Huawei has put out in the last 2 years is killing the entire market. Straight up. But I'm in America. Even though I may or may not have the dollars to patronize Huawei and get one of their phones, I am not allowed to buy their phones. Because America banned it. Well, where's the free in that? I thought I was able to freely choose. I guess not. And for what, by the way? So that Apple can compete better. So that Apple can keep its doors open. Because Apple doesn't make better phones than Huawei. Google doesn't make better phones than Huawei. Samsung might, low-key. Samsung might be the only one actually competing out here. Although their last Android update is ass. Right? But America makes it like that so that their American-bred, American-born companies can survive and America can have that sense of global superiority. Because America has just about the best clientele on the planet. Everyone wants to sell to America because American customers will buy anything and are loyal, right? And are rich. They got the disposable income. Even though everyone is out here acting like they're starving for stuff, people are willing to go into debt to buy stuff that they really want. You know what I mean? So that is what we have. We have something that replicates or resembles free market capitalism. That isn't actually free market capitalism. So, yeah, that's unfortunate, but that's true. And it goes on to everything, not just phones. It's with phones, it's with cars, electric cars especially. It's with social media. You know, the platforms you are on are not the ones you necessarily would be on if you actually had the wide spectrum of all of them, to be honest. But yeah, that's where we're at. That is how this works. There's a few people that are nudging the American government in the ribs and saying, sign these laws into place so that these other companies from outside can't come in and destroy us. Even though realistically in a free market capitalistic society, those foreign companies would come in and decimate because they do provide a better product, more value, and usually at a cheaper price. So, you know, that's how I feel about it. Let's see. But yeah, nah, he hasn't taught me ground game. Not gonna lie, I might be cooked for not learning ground game. No, give yourself time, man. It's okay. It's all good. Just learn. You're right about what you said on your YouTube live. Those who need it most aren't saved. It only those in the middle that receive salvation. Yes, salvation never comes to those who are thirsty. Right? That's kind of how it works. Turkey, here I come. Shit. Jay's hairline. You and me. I was planning on going bald since I think it fits me more. Listen, at some point I'm gonna go bald too. It's fine. We'll all be baldies together. And then I'll turn around and start shitting on the guys with good hairlines. I'll be right there with you guys, I promise. But for now though, I'm one of them guys with a good hairline. High top or not. Mom says it makes me look older. The bald thing, who cares what mom says? Don't worry about mom. She'll love you regardless. You feel me? Still haven't found a chance to do the isolation. Give yourself time. You got to prepare for that. Some people have to prepare a whole year to get that time to do that proper isolation. You feel me? Also, could you go over the four? Didn't I already go over them? Four areas where you gotta, have these habits on lock. Good habits around women, good habits around money, good habits around fitness. Solid mental frameworks for thinking and belief systems. Okay? Let's see. Good that I do combat sports in game. Yes. But when it comes to money, listen, especially when it comes to money, please, I'm begging you guys. Money is very interesting because everything you have to do to get good at money, like to get good at getting money especially, has nothing to do with money. Right? Like if I want to go and make money right now, if I'm saying, okay, I want to make $1,000 tomorrow, everything I would do to do that has nothing to do with actual money. It would all have stuff to do with people. Does that make sense? Because money has nothing to do with money. Making money, that is. Now, the spending part, yes, you have to be a little more attentive to the actual numbers, sure. But the making money part, the real skill of making money is getting good at transferring and communicating ideas to other people. Because that's how money is made. It's just the transfer of ideas. Shit. So, just to keep that in mind. Scamming pedos. I mean, scamming pedos is funny, but it's actually a great example of what I'm talking about. Why do you think that person gave you 200 euros? Because you were able to sell them on an idea. It might not have been a real idea, but I should not be condoning scamming. It's funny how human morality works. Because what you did was wrong, technically. But you did it to someone that's fucked up. So I don't care. I don't mind. And that's how the Austrian painter mustache man was able to do what he did. That's how you rationalize evil. Right? So what? I'm doing all this fucked up shit. I'm doing it to fucked up people. See? That's the weird thing about how we do as human beings. We just rationalize our own evil. It's weird. Jace the Nigerian condoning scam. I know, right? How obvious of me. Jesus Christ. Funny thing, they're all connected. Yes, they are. They're all interconnected. All those things are connected. You know, I have the health and gym part, but the rest I'll have to work on. Tight shit. Health is crucial and then money. The rest is light work. Yes, it is. Please understand it is. Can you make a video on all 4 habits? I think I will. Why not? What other frame is left but the frame of the king? There's several. Like, whatever frame you need to carry on is a frame that allows you to see yourself as higher value, as the one representing more value to her than the other way around. Does that make sense? By the way, what's your opinion on Patrice O'Neal having open relationships? Patrice O'Neal, did he have open relationships? He had open relationships, but not, I don't think in the same way you guys think or anything like that. Patrice O'Neal was a swinger, right? Patrice O'Neal was like, he was out there. He was doing this thing. And while, you know, his way of doing it wouldn't be the way I would go about doing it, I'm grateful that he went through all those things, because it was doing all those things that essentially put him down that path he was on of understanding women in a way most men just never will. You know what I mean? Like, his trip to Brazil changed his life forever. If you listen to Patrice O'Neal and the Black Phillip show and all that, those trips he made to Brazil, Rio de Janeiro, they literally changed his outlook on life for the rest of his life. You feel me? Became a whole different person. Right? It was like Adam eating the forbidden fruit in a way. So shout out to him and rest in peace. God is funny because he doesn't even want perfection from us. He loves providers and let them exist as they are. Jesus made an oopsie. Yes, that's one of my favorite, probably my favorite Jesus miracle of all time. That man was preaching, and then someone came to him and said, "Hey, I can't see. I haven't been able to see since birth." And Jesus said, "Oh no, I got you. Watch this." Spit in the ground, rubbed his finger into the dirt and saliva mixture, made a paste out of it, used that paste and rubbed it on the guy's eyes. Waited for it to dry, and then cleaned it off and said, "Okay, open your eyes. What do you see?" And the man said, "Master, I see trees walking around like men." And Jesus went, "Oops." Oops, my bad, shawty. So he did the whole thing again. Hold on, that's not what I meant you to see. Spit in the ground again, did the whole thing, made a paste, put it on his eyes, waited a couple of minutes. All right, cool, dried it off. All right, what do you see now? "Oh, Master, I see you. I see everybody." Whew, okay, yeah, miracle. Yay, clap for me. Yeah, clap for me. Yeah. That man did divinity with a mistake, bro. Favorite miracle ever. The runner up to that has to be the Peace Be Still one. Has to be the runner up. Because he's chilling on the boat. The disciples are dying. Oh, the wind, the storm, the seas, our boat is about to capsize. And Jesus is just there sleeping. This man has been preaching all day. He's tired. Fuck the boat, rocking. He don't care. He's sleeping. Peter gets so mad that he's about to capsize, and he's like, "Master, what you sleeping for? Get the fuck up, nigga, we about to crash." Jesus woke up and went, "Too tired for this. What is it?" "Master, we're about to sink." All right, well, hold on. Damn, can't see shit. Hold on. Peace, be still. Storm stops. Bro goes, all right, cool, I'm going back to sleep. Don't fucking wake me up again. Oh, God. That has to be like second top miracle of all time. And again, why do I love those miracles? Because they're exactly who Jesus was. That right there, that is exactly what Jesus came to do. Show us how to be completely God and completely man all at the same time. He was sleepy and cranky, performed an earth-shattering miracle, right back to sleep. The same way you would when you were a kid and you woke up too early on a Saturday morning. Same exact way, right? He performed the miracle, spat on the ground, made what I can only guess is miracle paste out of his saliva and dirt. Went through the exact correct ritual. Rubbed it on the guy's eyes, let it dry, dried it off, right? And then opened the guy's eyes to a whole different dimension by accident. Oops. I meant to bring you to the third dimension. That's the seventh. My bad. You said men, trees walking around like men? Yeah, that's that Garden of Eden shit. Chill out. Hold on, watch this. Let's do that again. That's the whole point of Jesus, man. That is the whole point of him. And don't say anything about me. All that is written in your Bible. All right? Don't come at me. Just because you didn't read it and I did doesn't make it my problem. All right? Jesus made an oopsie. While we're having the stream, I'm texting girl and do the texting formula. Oh, nice. Very good. If you haven't grabbed the texting formula at the flow, link in my bio, go get that. That fig tree chapter was divinity. That was pure human spite. Yes. And that's the point. Like, no remorse, no surrender. He didn't even regret looking at the tree dead and withered away the next day. He just looked at it like, yeah, that's what you get, bitch. I wanted a fig. He didn't have any. That's what you get, dead. Oh, you feel me? I think God is self-sufficient. Yes, God is self-sufficient. Humans aren't. That's the point. That's the point. Jesus slept. Jesus drank. Not to the point of drunkenness, but he did drink. Jesus wept. He cried. These are human emotions. He got pissed off and whooped a bunch of people's asses. Okay? That's something that someone that depends on others would do. That is a human thing to do. That is what it means to be human. And then he did all those things while doing divine shit. That man cried his eyes out, then told his friend to come out of the grave he was in for 4 days. In the same moment, mind you. It wasn't like a few days passed. He had calmed down. No, in that human emotion, Lazarus come forth. Boom, coming out, wrapped up. In the sleepiness, peace be still. So sleepy, went right back to sleep. That's the point. That's who Jesus was. I really understand what he tried to show us when he was here. I'm the universe all by myself. What were you expecting? Boom, the Big Bang. Type shit. Or let there be light, if you prefer that phrasing instead of the Big Bang, you know? Same difference. No, she got mad I chose for her. Oh, see, that's why she got mad. She thought you were being controlling with her own money. So, yeah, I feel that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What's going on, San Andreas? What is the way out? Oh, no, the beauty of the way out for, as long as you have the skill of convincing others to exchange value with you, you'll never be broke. That's really what it comes down to. Understand what people want. Understand how to give it to them. And give it to them in a way that is convenient for them. Because that is what the market responds to. And you'll never be broke. That's what it comes down to. Okay? My sand N-word, can't wait to join you. Y'all back, but yeah, I'm locked in. So hard thanks to Jace. We might be real peers and rivals soon even. Type shit. I'm always inviting competition. Let's go. Peter! We were just talking about you, bro. What's going on? I think I turned off sensitive comments on the live, so everyone say something offensive. Everyone say something offensive. Why not? Imagine you're working on your computer at a coffee shop, how to approach girls that walk in or out. You do this. You're on the computer, right? And you're like, excuse me. You beckon on them to come, and then you go, just so I know, what do you think about the mocha latte? Is that a good idea? And then they'll look at you and they'll do one of two things usually. Either they'll go, it's my favorite, or they'll go, I'm sorry. One of those type of responses, or they'll do the thing that I actually want most of the time, which is they'll go, I'm sorry, I don't work here. And then you look at them with a dumb look on your face like, did you think I thought you worked here? And now you're in a conversation. Boom. Boom. You almost want them to be offended a little bit and be like, I'm sorry, I don't work here. And you'd be like, I didn't think you did. Because that'll shock them right into compliance, because it's like, oh wait, you just called on a random person that doesn't work here like that? That's crazy. Who is this guy? Have a seat. Boom. Now you're in a conversation. Now you're in there. You feel me? Same with EVs. Yes, we should have better electric vehicles than Tesla. Tesla's trash. But, masterpiece opener. Yes, it's a great opener. I wouldn't give you guys an opener I haven't tested now. Come on. How do you win in this system? Did I just answer that question? You win in the system by learning how to provide value to others. As long as you're useful to other people, you'll never suffer, to be honest. Like, that's really what it comes down to. The actual mechanics of how you go about that is going to vary and look different depending on, different factors, the kind of business model you run, if you want to run the business at all, you want to go work a job instead, whatever you want to do. But as long as you have a way of providing value to people, you'll be fine. That is how you win. Is discretion an aphrodisiac when you can keep a secret? I don't know if it's an aphrodisiac in a way, like it turns her on, but it just makes everything easy. I would put being able to keep a secret, I would put it on the same level as like having good logistics, or being able to take on all the responsibility, plausible deniability for her. It just makes things more convenient, if anything. I don't think it arouses them more. It just makes things more convenient. You feel me? Help people get what they want. Exactly. Help people get what they want. My dad and my uncles are rocking the malum, so I might as well not fight destiny. And my beard is coming out. I have a vision, and hopefully by the end of the year, I will see it through. That's good. If they look for quality of genes, what genes of genetic expression do they look for? Anything that signals strength. Anything that signals stature, strength, and the ability to protect. Right? If you look at all the things that women find attractive on like a genetic level, it's really just stuff that makes you look strong, sharp, fit, and like you can intimidate other men. So anything you have on you, like genetic expression wise, that you can use to essentially intimidate and, as the black people say, mog other men, that would be the most attractive thing. Here's the thing though, that thing looks differently depending on the culture you're dealing with. You see what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see. I just saw that scroll down there. Okay. Since Phantom got kicked out of AMP, you never made a video about it. What is your take on that? I don't even really know what's going on with Phantom. I didn't see him throughout the whole Streamer University thing. And for him to get kicked out of AMP, that's very interesting and that's crazy. That tells me that that's like something business related. Someone did something and ousted the king on some business shit. That's what happened. It just sounds like that's what happened to me. Because Phantom has too much fucking, his cojones are too big, let's just say. Pause. To just be like a sneevling weasel walking out of there with no fight. Something happened in the background. I don't know what or how, but someone did him dirty for sure. It's crazy how fast you can go in business when you're fasting and have a routine. Went from 0 to 26K type shit. For real. Like, once you're on it, you're fucking on it, dude. But yeah, Phantom, whatever's happening there, I need more details on it. All I know is for whatever reason, they kicked him out. And then I saw his statement that he made on Instagram. And his statement sounds exactly like what I think Phantom would say. very grounded, very solid, very with his identity, very rooted in God and stuff like that. So whatever happened, it definitely wasn't his fault. I wouldn't say it was. If at all, it was his fault to any degree. He probably neglected something or overlooked something. You got a business that big. You got a system with that many moving parts. You're bound to miss a few things. It is what it is. But yeah, I need more details though. 26 subs in like 3 weeks type shit. Let's see if I don't kick that. 26 subs, like, subscribers, is that what you mean? Type shit. YouTube, very good. Very good. True, but I heard Phantom was calling what? No, my scamming account got banned. My business is, man, stop being a little bitch. This ain't the first time we're getting scammed on social, we're getting banned on social media. Start up another one. Start from scratch. Start from zero. Let's go. So Jace out here mewing for 12 hours a day to mug. Our favorite psychological mugger. It's mostly, I only ever psychologically mog. I don't mog anybody else in any other way. I am a big black guy, but I don't need to do all that. I can mog you here. I can do that. I'm very comfortable up here. So, No, right here on TikTok, YouTube is a bigger enemy to slay type shit. YouTube can be interesting. But still, yeah, very good. Very good. Please keep that momentum. Momentum is everything on TikTok. Everything. What is the best way to approach a girl? There is no best way. It depends on the situation you're in. It really depends. But if you want a very good way that works in most situations, just do this. You walk up to the girl, right, like this, and then you go, hey, my name is, and then insert your name. That'll work. It'll be decent enough. Let's see. Is it to have a convo with a girl if she's initiating first? Not only is it all right, it's ideal. You almost want to reward them whenever they make any attempt like that. It's very important. You want to reward women when they go out of their way to do stuff like that for you. Okay? They banned me this morning because I was talking about the moolah. About money? How they gonna ban you for talking about money? It's fine though. It's TikTok. You'll get it back. TikTok just be playing, man. Like, we're gonna ban you. Give them like 4 days to a week. You'll get your shit back. It's fine. Appeal that shit. You'll be fine. Just make sure you write something out though. Don't just like press the appeal button. Write an actual like laid out thing. Because usually when your ban happens like that, it's usually either you're getting reported by people that are being malicious, or the system just kind of fucks up and flags you, right? Either way, you can get past that shit easy because they'll look at your account and be like, oh yeah, more people appreciate it than not. So we like this guy. We'll get him back. You feel me? Poor Jesus. Remember when Lazarus died? My dude was messed up, right? And in all that being messed up, he still did some divine shit and brought him out the grave. You feel me? I would totally binge watch your storytelling of Jesus' miracles. I think I'm going to do that, honestly. I have all the tools. Why haven't I done that? Why haven't I done that? That's a good-ass question. Why haven't I done that? Because I have all the tools. I can get AI photos of these images like that. So I think I'll do that. Yeah. We're thinking about getting some gold, but don't want to buy the real yet. Do you have any suggestions? Gold is not an investment. It is a store of value. Please understand. Gold doesn't blow up your money. It just keeps it at the same value it is when you bought it. Into perpetuity, or hopefully into perpetuity, because gold is just like money. We only ascribe value to it because we've all agreed it has value. It doesn't really have any real value. It's definitely, like, if we were to go off of utility, plastic has more utility than gold. Straight up. Copper has more utility than gold. You can't say it in an MLM structure. I'm back for Friday. I think someone is reporting evil eye. Evil eye, man. Evil. I get it. You can't say, like, you can't, promote that kind of structure here, But by the way, if that's what you're doing, you're about to get very fucking rich. Not that I condone it necessarily. You're in the same boat as Fish Army for me now. Most MLMs I don't. But get your money. It's all about ideas anyway. Let's see. Jace, you said in your video about that Duke falling back, will make India even crazier for him. How so? Oh, simple. Women want what they can't have. You gotta understand, because I saw a few of the comments. People were like, "She went back to DDG." Yes, as a backup. She went, and if DDG is smart, he wouldn't even accept her back. The only chance DDG has at keeping any emotional relevance with India is to back away from her too. But I don't think he has that kind of discipline. So in being with India right now, all he's doing is being the emotional punching bag, the emotional tampon, while she's actually longing for and missing Duke, because Duke is the real reason she's running back to DDG. Again, when it comes to women, it's not about the guy that is there. It's not about the guy that's physically there. It's about the guy that's here, in her mind. It's not the guy she's doing stuff with. It's the guy she's reacting to. Pay attention. This is game. I've told you guys before about, like, I had an ex, when was it? Last year? Was it last year or 2 years ago? I can't remember now. When she was about to get married, she called me up. Said I should come see her one last time. Right? Why? Whole husband, well, fiance at the time, about to turn into husband. Why was I called? By the way, same ex, my birthday just passed, texted me. Nice text, actually. Very nice, well-pointed prayer. You can tell she's been going to church. But why the fuck is she still texting me? She's married. She has a husband. Why the fuck am I still in her mind? You see the point? That's how it works with women. It's not about who's physically there. Who's physically there doesn't fucking matter. It's who's here, psychologically and emotionally. That's who matters. That's what we call an imprint. All right? I made a video about P. Diddy and Cassie and her husband Alex Fine. Same exact story there. There's the husband she has kids with. And on paper, that's the most important guy, right? Wrong. That's the guy she used to fulfill that side of hypergamy, the provisioning side. I want kids. He gave her kids. I want to be taken care of. She found a way to get that to make that happen with him. He's there simply for his emotional support and genetic material. The guy that is truly in her mind and heart, Diddy. It's still Diddy. You don't believe me? Read her fucking witness testimony. It's very clear she's trying to give Diddy an out. She's not trying to let that boy go to jail. But, I digress. No, it's an affiliate structure with only one tier, fam. But the people just want to resell the community. All right, fair enough. As long as it's, straight and legal, I'm down with it. Everybody get their money up. What is the ultimate way to make your ex regret disrespecting you? Let's define disrespect first, buddy. Whoa there. Everybody likes to say shit like that. Like, first of all, if it's your ex, why are you still worried about the disrespect? It's already done. It already happened. She's already gone. Right? Second of all, what makes you think that you matter enough at this point where she's an ex and she's gone? What makes you think that you matter enough in her mind for there to be anything you can do to make her regret disrespecting you? If she disrespected you and then bounced, she don't give a fuck. It's one thing if she disrespected you and then still stayed. Clearly, she's trying to make things up to you. She's trying to go back to your good side, sure. But she disrespected you, like kicked you in the chest and then bounced. She don't give a fuck about you. So let's backtrack a little bit. What do we define here as disrespect? That's one. Two, why are we still thinking about the ex? You sound like the Cassie to her Diddy. Thoughts on the backup account or no need? Honestly, backup accounts are cool. Everyone has to have a backup account. Just as a place for people to go to when they no longer see you on the main. I think the best backup account is a different platform, honestly. I think people fall too in love with one platform that they forget how to develop the skills for others. So the real backup account, in my opinion, is another platform. Right? You saw me, I started going crazy on the Instagram. Because it's like, I don't need to remake videos for Instagram. I gotta remake videos for YouTube. I gotta make special YouTube videos. I gotta make special TikTok videos. But as far as Instagram, I can just take my TikTok and repurpose it for Instagram. Which just means just post it on Instagram. Repurpose. Like it's not the same format, right? So Yeah, like the best backup is a different platform. Don't trust any of these fucking platforms. I started on TikTok. I'm grateful for TikTok. I love TikTok. But I'm not loyal to this shit. I teach you guys all the time about having multiple women. You think I'm gonna have just one platform? Like, what are you talking about? I have 3 accounts on this platform. They could all be gone tomorrow. What happens to my lead generation then? You're just gone? No. YouTube. Instagram. Honestly, I'm kind of low-key between you and me, right? I'm pissed off that Donald Trump came in and saved TikTok too early. I thought I'd have a good week there to just flood YouTube and get that subscriber count up. That motherfucker, like, I'm literally about to start posting YouTube videos when the TikTok was still gone in America. And then boom, it came back. I'm like, no. All that traffic. God damn it. I could have had it all. I knew it would come back. I just didn't think we had like only 24 fucking hours. Well, it wasn't even 24 hours. It was like 18 hours, 15 hours. It was a very short period of time. Thought I'd have a good week, solid week, just pumping out videos. God damn it. Fucking Trump, too effective. Oh well. This, Jace the Thinker, Jace the Benevolent, and I think there was another Jace the Scientist. Nah, that one's my burner, but I call it my burner. I don't treat it like a burner. I keep forgetting I'm too honest to have a burner. I don't need a burner. If I'm going to do or say anything, I'm going to just do it on my chest anyway. I'm not a little bitch, so I don't care. That one was I remember that one though. That one I made with my former phone number, which is why I don't use it anymore, just the scientist. So, you know. Oh, actually, now that I think about it, there is another Jace the Scientist though. That isn't my direct account. It's someone else's. But I co-sign on them, so I fuck with them. So yeah, just shout out to Jason Scientist. I fuck with them. I love the challenge. I can see why content creation is fun. I still enjoy staying behind the scenes. Oh, you're doing the faceless content type of thing? Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see. Learn to provide value to others. Yes. Help people get what they want. Absolutely. I think my question got removed for sensitive content. God damn it. Rewrite it so TikTok can't, you know. Are aphrodisiacs real? I feel like they're make-believe to me. A lot of them are not real, to be honest. A lot of them are placebo effect. But some of them, yes. Yes, they are. Let's just put it like this. The best ones have a higher barrier to entry. Let's just put it like that. But basically, I want reverse immigrant game, how to get with foreign girls. Oh yeah, that's what immigrant game covers, literally. I've kind of like pushed it towards people that are immigrants in different countries because that's a lot of my audience. I'm an immigrant in a different country. A lot of my audience is the same way, so I'm pushing it like that. But in reality, it's just really how to relate to girls that don't have the same culture as you. That's really it. That's the entire course. So yeah, go through that. No, bro, remember I usually just partner with creators behind the scenes. Stepping out this way is new. Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Let's see. Okay, good. So it's your face out there. That's good. What are the pills exactly? I know of red pill and pink pill and black pill. What exactly is black pill? How would you describe yours? I don't know if I have a pill. I'm just a scientist, dude. I'm trying to get y'all to be on this science shit. I want you to approach women and the world with a scientific point of view. Experimentation, experience, and testing. Okay? As for all these pills, man, red pill, pink pill, black pill, the only one that you should take seriously in there as an ideology is the red pill. The black pill is decent in some areas, but for the most part, it's like kind of weird. Then the pink pill is just women trying to spoil men's fun. That's really what it is. The pink pill is just hypergamy masked to look like their own movement, you know? But yeah, they're all interesting. Phantom went on a trip to the Dominican Republic. Cool. As he should. Isn't he from there? The Jace pill. That's funny. That's funny. I figure out why men like us are such a drug. Our validation is essential, a need. Yes, and especially because our time is so valuable, you know? What is better, a girl who shows a cycle and change of her emotions and another who doesn't show. When you're talking about the cycle of change of her emotions, are you talking about expressive versus non-expressive girls? Is that what you're talking about? Or something different? Just so I'm clear. Let me know. If I don't show up to the calls anymore, you guys will know I'm in prison. You're not going to prison. You didn't do anything wrong. You're fine. You didn't do anything wrong. You can't say I'm... Oh, I didn't read that one. Have you seen that Asian guy on TikTok? His account is called Game and documents his thousands cold approaches. No. Send me the link, though. That sounds interesting. What is MLM? Multi-level marketing. Pyramid schemes, essentially. But that's not what Dimitri is doing, though. That's not what my boy Dimitri is doing. She's imprinted. Yes, Cassie's imprinted. If your ex-husband is white, stay away because you can't get away with a paternity fraud. That is so random and funny. Why did you even feel the need to say that? Yeah, you can't get away with paternity fraud, but, you know, there's other things. Dude, that just reminded me of some shit my dad told me when I was younger, dude. My dad, for a time, lived in Europe for like 10 years. And he would always tell these the same story of this neighbor he had at one point in Amsterdam. This older white dude that had this, I think like a Cameroonian girlfriend or something like that, like a wife or whatever. And they got married. She had a kid, but then the kid came out like black as tar, right? Like the kid came out like darker than her. And it's like a white, like darker than her. And it's like a white dude and this is like this brown skinned girl and the kid is like looking like he's South Sudanese. Which is funny because my dad worked with a guy that was South Sudanese who was super dark skinned and he had seen her and him all throughout town in certain areas. So he would look at him and it was like this white guy, his entire family would like tell him like, yo, you gotta open your eyes, man. This is not your kid. Look how dark this kid is. And he was fighting for his life, like defending this child, defending his girl. Like, no, you guys are stupid. You don't know how genetics work. Oh, fuck, dude. I asked my dad, I'm like, yo, so how did you help him out? And my dad went, help him out? That man didn't want to be helped. Nah, son, because if the kid is like this dark, like this dark, and you're still telling yourself, no, it's just how genetics work sometimes. Like, that's on you, my guy. That's on you. You feel me? You feel me? Let's see. And he probably didn't do a quarter of the stuff you did with her. Oh, with my case, yeah. Yeah. Not even a quarter. Not even a quarter. She tells him that she doesn't give head. Sad. She definitely does. She definitely does. What are your thoughts on body game? I made a video on that on YouTube. Go on YouTube and type in Jace the Pickup Scientist body game. You'll see what I have to say on that. I have an entire fucking manifesto on it. Let's see. As far as SMV, yeah, I talk about that there extensively. Let's see. Jace the Benevolent. I haven't touched that account in months. I used to just post throwaway shit on there, like just random thought. I should go back to doing that. That was fun. Let's see. Have you watched Sinners? No, I haven't. Let's see. Yeah, we got like 20 accounts of you. Got one as well. That's so funny. How many accounts do I have? How many accounts have people made of me now? This is so cool. It's awesome. Type shit. Shout out to the Jace Army. The Pickup Scientist. Let's go. Let's see. After I'm done with Tate's Real World, we'll finally have some cash. I hope it's effective as you say. Type shit. I mean, I'm not co-signing Tate here or anything. Go and do it. Like, don't do it because you think Jace is telling you to do it. Do it because you want to. You know, it's not. It's $50 a month or whatever it is. It's not a massive investment. This is not like you're not co-signing on an Escalade here. It's $50. If you go in there, you don't think it's a lot of value for you, you can always get out. You know what I mean? So it's not a big, massive investment for you to be like on the fence about it. It's fine. Put your $50 in. If you don't like it, you can get out. You don't have to pay for the next month. Let's see. I'm going to be more selfish. Yes. What does tattoo on a girl say about her? An inability to control her anxiety, usually. Not just girls, but people in general. If you see people with a lot of tattoos, it usually means they don't know how to handle anxiety very well. That's usually what it means. It's almost like a physical way of expressing a pain tolerance that they don't have. It's like an overcompensational way. By the way, why did you change from a pickup to behavioral scientist? Honestly, I've been meaning to change that back. When did that happen? That was when someone was like, we're going to make some changes to your account. And I gave them access to my account. They made some changes. And I thought they were going to just stop at like certain things, like my links, my back-end stuff, creator program stuff. And they ended up changing my name as well. And I'm like, they were like, it'll sound better if you do this or something like that. I'm like, what are you talking about? Why would I want to be a fucking psychologist or whatever? I'm like, just change it. Change it back to what it was. And then they said, oh, you're always talking about behavioral cues, changes to behavioral sciences. And I'm like, no, just change that. And it turns out I can't, actually I should have been able to by now, I don't think about it. But I couldn't change it until like another 30 days had passed or something like that. But I think I should be well past that point by now. So I'm definitely going to change that back. Because I am the fucking pickup scientist, goddammit. Alright, it low-key pissed me off when they changed it. I'm like, what are you doing? I didn't ask you to do all that. Just do the back end shit I asked you to do. What are you doing? I hate when people treat a $50 investment like it's $20K decision. Scarcity. Exactly. It's $50. You'll be fine. You won't die. And if you feel like the $50 is so much of a strain for you that you might die, then dude, you're underestimating yourself severely. It's just $50. You'll make it back. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Next time we're live in the school group, can I do a live cold approach where you tell me an opener? Dude, I will be the voice in your ear. I will be the angel on your shoulder. And a devil, to be honest. So yes, absolutely we could do that. A friend of mine was at Hustlers University and benefited a lot from the lessons in there. I've seen so many people claim that, you know, the Hustlers University thing, the real world thing, has really changed their life and their perspective on money, and I'm very happy about that. You know, it's always good to have, you know, like people that have more experience than you in a certain area give you advice in that area. It makes your learning curve a lot shorter, and it makes you have a lot more progress in a shorter period of time. Speaking of, if you want to improve your progress with dating, talking to women, setting up a date, and conducting that date correctly, I have the interview. Link in bio. I'm currently running a last minute special on it for anyone that's interested. Go get it, link in bio. And depending on the tier you get, you also got some really cool, amazing bonuses of my other courses as well. Some of my amazing hits. My fucking self-belief course, the original one, self-belief 2.0, Hypnotica, Erotica. We don't talk about what that course is over here. You're gonna have to find out about that one. And you know, digital pre-selection, all that good stuff. So yeah, go and get the interview and all those cool bonuses. Link in bio. If you want to get more direct contact with me, join my private community. I have an entire private community where we're gonna have. This is the Saturday we're gonna have a call, right, boys? This next Saturday, right? Private community. We have a massive Zoom call. Everyone jumps in. And we just talk, and I answer a bunch of very personal questions. We laugh, we have fun, we cry. It's a wonderful experience. It's like your own personal game church sermon with Pastor Jace, right? Hallelujah. So yeah, join my private community. Join it, and all that good stuff. All right, cool. Bye. Go get that. I gotta scroll back up. Yes, the call is this Saturday, right? Yeah, okay, good. I knew I was keeping, you know, intact with that. Just making sure. I wanted to get a tattoo, but it doesn't feel unique. But I do want to get my ears pierced. Go for it, man. ears piercings or ears getting pierced is not as big a ceremony as you think it is. It's just gonna happen in like a second and it'll be done. Good place to start. Don't stay too long. Commission payout is way too small. Yes. What are we talking about? Amazon affiliate marketing? Oh, nah, that's not bad. So it's a great place to start. I always tell people, if you want to start out in entrepreneurship, start out. This is if you don't have a passion you're passionate about. You just want to like dip your hand in entrepreneurship in general. Affiliate marketing or dropshipping, one of those two. Just to get your feet wet, just to understand what it actually looks like to have a business, generate leads, convert those leads, all that good stuff. It'll teach you a lot of cool skills. That's how I started out too. Yeah, feel me? Let's see. I wish it was more often. The calls, you mean? Me too, honestly. What's the name of the private community? The Super Villain Academy. Link in bio. Link in the bio. Where's the private community so we can join? How do we find it? Link in the bio. Click on my face right here. This face right here. Click on it. And then go to my profile. And then you're going to see a link at the bottom of my profile head and whatever. Click on it. Click on the one that is the link tree link. Click on that. And then you will see a page with a bunch of really fancy, flashy orange buttons. Find the one that says Super Villain Academy. Click on that. And then you'll be in my community. You feel me? Be in my community. Join my community. Let's see. How can I tell if a girl likes me? Just be like, hey, shawty, you like me? I don't like that question at all because the only people that ask it are people that are looking for permission. Why do you need to know if the girl likes you? Stop being a pussy. Go and talk to her and assume she likes you already. Even if she doesn't like you, assuming that she likes you when you talk to her creates so much opportunity for you that it almost makes her like you off rip. So stop waiting for permission. If you have to wait for permission from a woman to get her, that's exactly why you don't have her. You feel me? So yeah, stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for choosing signals. Stop waiting for, what if she rolls her hair around? Shut the fuck up. Go talk to that bitch. Just say hi. Start there. Okay? Yes, my private community is on school. Shout out to Alex Hormozy. Yes, we're sticking with Alex Hormozy. Yeah. Someone said, are you going to switch over to WAP with Imam Ghazi? Fuck Imam Ghazi. No, I actually like Imam Ghazi a lot. But yeah, we're going to stick with school. We started with school, man. If anything, we'll just have two private communities, school and WAP, depending on which app you prefer. Don't care. But for now, we on school, baby. We on school. I'm about to be the reason a lot of you download school. So go download school. All right, download school. It's free to download. And then get on there, baby. Get on there. Private community, shawty. We finna talk, all of us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's fun over there. 4 call models, start selling people's products, then digital, then coaching, then events. Yes. That is a good progression. It's kind of funny because depending on who you are, what business model you run, how you start, you can start the other way around. You can do it backwards. Some people go events first, then digital, then product, then other people's product, or affiliate products of other people's, and then coaching. They need to make you a brand ambassador. Dude, that's a bag I'm willing to chase, low key. Because I can do it. That's easy. What? We have the retention to already make that happen as is. So why not? Like, come on, school. Throw me some. Throw me some, school. The fuck? Let's see. JNC, why do I badly want to save a woman from domestic abuse and show her a happy life? Because you're a little bitch. I'll give you guys a really solid but harsh truth to come to. Women don't appreciate the guy that saves them from the evil. What they do is they never forget the evil. And the guy that inflicted the pain on them. That guy they remember forever. There's a story I heard. Who told that story? I think it was Todd V, actually. Shout out to Todd V. I believe it was the one that told the story. The story goes like this. There was once a man that was the only child of 2 parents. His dad was abusive. his father was a terrible man that pushed him too hard and threw him into a boarding school and never paid attention to him and didn't play catch with him and just was always so distant from him. Sorry, my bitch's hair is on me. Just be walking around a black man with blonde hair on me. Was always abusive to him and didn't treat him the best and all that good stuff. His mother, on the other hand, was so loving and so nurturing and always shielded him and protected him from his father whenever she got the chance. She was always there, always helping, always nurturing, ever present. Years go by. He loses contact with both his parents. He becomes something. He makes something of himself. He gets the news that his father had died of cancer. And his father was apparently too prideful to even call him and tell him that he was on his deathbed. And of course, he completely ignored his mother every time she made attempts to try to get in contact with him and tell him what was going on with his father. So eventually, when he got the news from the coroner that his dad had died, he went to the funeral. And the moment he saw his dad's body in that coffin, dressed in his favorite suit, he broke down and cried. Cried like a baby, profusely. And he didn't know why. This was a man that had treated him like complete trash his entire life. A few months pass and his mom dies of a heartbreak. Because apparently she couldn't stand to live in the world without the one person in her life that actually gave her purpose. Except when the son attended her funeral, despite all the care and love that she had shown him his entire life, he didn't shed a single tear. Moral of the story: emotional investment is a real thing. And there's no such thing as good or bad emotions as far as your heart is concerned. He cried for his dad that treated him like shit. He couldn't bring himself to shed a single tear for his mom that treated him like a prince. Women are the exact same way. Women don't remember you for the good. They remember you for the bad. And you might think that's a bad thing, but the bad is why you become unforgettable. When a woman is breaking down and crying, talking about her ex-boyfriend, is she ever talking about him in a fond, lovely way? Or is she talking about all the times that he put her through hell? Cassie is on trial right now, testifying against Diddy, crying all kinds of tears for him. They'll say it's hormones. She's pregnant, sure. But what are the chances she's cried those same kind or degree of tears for her current husband? Keep that in mind. Yo, Jace, a woman, hold on. Do you feel the visceral desire to prove yourself to your father? I know I have. Not to him. Not to him. Not to my father, ironically enough. But I do have an uncle I want to stick it to, though. For sure. I do. Might not be my father, but he's a father figure to me. So yeah, in a way, I do. Pick your nose in front of her and eat it and ask if she wants some free game. You find, like, you're trying to make jokes and make light of that, but I promise you that will work. And it'll probably work on the baddest bitch. Funny enough. Because no one has the balls to do that in front of her, so she'll remember you instantly. You know? Yo, Jace, a woman that was very good looking asked me if I had a girlfriend, okay, and told me she found me really attractive. Sounds about right. What else? I feel like I messed up because I showed interest too soon and didn't even compliance test her. Stupid! Stupid. I taught you better than this, Fishari. I keep telling you guys, a woman showing interest in you is not licensed to show her interest back. You still have to go through the proper procedure. Give her a fucking obstacle. Create some fucking friction. Run some fucking game. tease, disqualify, something. Oh, you like me, I like you too. God damn it, Fish. I would accept this for anybody else. You know better than this. What, you got caught up in the moment? Is that what happened? Oh, she's so fine. I can't believe she likes me. Yeah, I like you too. I would say I whoop your ass, but I know it'll be harder than that, right? I know you fight too, so I know it'll be quite difficult. But still, damn. Fish. That wasn't you. What? Hold on. Who was that? Oh, it wasn't you. My bad. It was another person with no profile picture. Okay, who's just chill out? All right, fair enough. Okay, that makes... Okay, now I'm happy because I know... Okay, good. Fish would never make a mistake like this. Okay, good. All right, cool. Just chill out. Actually, take your fucking name as advice. Just chill the fuck out. Just because a woman shows you interest is not licensed for you to show her interest back. You still have to put her through the proper procedure. Okay? Friction. Disqualify her. Tease her. Something. Oh, I find you really attractive. Yeah, I find you really attractive too. What's your name, by the way? Vet the bitch. Okay? Vet her. You can't make her think this shit is easy. Like, you can just say you're attractive and, oh, really? No. Alright? So there's this married lady who's into me. The problem is Claire. What's the problem? I don't see the problem so far. Married woman into you? What's the problem? The problem is Claire. No, it's not. What's the problem? Married woman. Oh, the married part? Is that what you're talking about? I need friction. Also, I'm pulling back conversation I can't close until I have her chasing. Good. Again, no problems here though. Friction, create friction. Yeah, she's chasing you hard. Obviously, outside of the view of her husband. Cool, whatever. Which, by the way, feel no guilt about that. That's her husband's fault, if anything. It's none of your business. You feel me? Fish be catching strays on some joke team. That's completely my fault, Fish. I didn't realize it wasn't you I was talking to. You feel me? And there's a lot of guys on school though. Hell yeah, school's becoming a big one. Why is Unc ignoring all the chat questions just a promo? I don't know. It's promo to school. That's what I was doing. I did that a while ago. I'm not ignoring chat questions. I'm here reading all of them. But I'll memorize your name though. Harry Theory. Yeah. Now that I know it, I'm gonna remember to ignore your shit. Yeah. That's what you get for talking shit. Yeah. Harry, you're about to get ignored, son. Download school communities. Yes. If you download school for creators or download school communities if you want to join the community. So download school communities. You have one of the highest retention, and I'm serious. I'm pretty sure like our retention is like the best. You know. Jace isn't Unc yet. He's 30. I'm not even Unc at all. I'm Baba. I'm Nigerian. You can't put that Unc shit on me. I'm Nigerian. We don't do that Unc shit. We are Babas. Alhajis. You feel me? Alhajis. You feel me? I guess my ex remembers me, as she should. As she should. You know you're training us to make men like your ex's husbands. I mean, it is what it is. As long as it's not us. That's all I care about. You know, they can do that shit. We have a different path to follow. So what I'm hearing is that I gotta put her through it so some other guy can do this shit. Yup. Hey, what's going on, Mr. Chunks? How you been, man? You need to have one person to stick it to. At least one. You know, every Nigerian has one. We call them our people in the village. We are always trying to outdo the people in the village. They are always trying to be the enemies of progress. And we will make sure that they will see us succeed and shine. Yes. That will hinder their progress. Yes. Thinking about restoring my hairline. Turkey, I'm coming. Type shit. Go for it, baby. I like her older video on not befriending simps and weak men. I've seen it play out too many times. Dude, I think I'm going to start really repeating that message because I'm seeing a bunch of people, especially here on TikTok, now affiliating themselves with weaklings that will inevitably ruin them. I'm seeing it happen before my eyes. I have to keep reminding myself that it's not as obvious for other people how it is for me. I can look at a man and be like, it's pussy. And it's not like, I wish I could say like, oh, it's the way they walk or the way they talk. Like, nah. You can tell what a man's pain tolerance is by the way he interacts with other people. And if you have a high pain tolerance, then I know you're strong. Because if you're willing to go through some shit in the way of putting your ideas out there and not being apologetic about it, then I know you have the strength to stand by them. As opposed to someone who will bend and shift and adjust to make everyone happy. You can't make everybody happy. So when I see someone trying their best to do that, like, listen, here's a very small shortcut you can use. If you hear a grown-ass man bragging about how many fucking friends they have, oh my God, this one is so common and so funny. If you hear a grown-ass man bragging that, oh, people like me, I have a lot of friends, you cannot trust that motherfucker. Nobody grown brags about having friends. The real flex is not having any or having few. Because why would you allow that many people access to you anyway? It's obvious. It's very obvious to be able to separate the prey from the predator, the lions from the weasels. I'm telling you, you cannot be around weak people, soft people, mushy motherfuckers. You can't do that. They'll kill you. And they'll do it not even on some righteous shit with a strong philosophy behind it. No, purely for their own self-preservation. They'll do it like, these are the motherfuckers that fold under no pressure. And that's the motherfucker you have around you? Bad idea, son. Bad idea. Male feminists are just one kind. Honestly, I'm gonna give you a short list. Male feminists, liberal men in general, don't trust none of them. Honestly, I hate to say this, if he is under 5'4", I'm beginning to realize now whether I like it or not, because I've been in denial of it for years, and women in my life have been the one telling me, listen, do not trust any man under 5'4". And I'm like, fuck you guys. You can't just treat men because they're smaller or something like that. Nah, they might have a point, son. They might have a point. A pattern. I'm too good at pattern recognition to deny my own eyes. Small men need to behave like victims because they believe they are. Not because they are. They can do something about it even though they're that small. But they believe they are. And so they conduct themselves like they are. They move through the world apologetically. Right? They can't put their chest behind anything because they're always scared that something or someone bigger than them will punish them for it. So they have to be weasels. They have to be. I hate to put them on this list, but they've given me no fucking choice. Let's go through the list again. Male feminists, all liberal men, can't trust them. Men under 5'4". Theater kids in general. If your entire existence is performatism, can't trust you. Who else? Ooh. Honestly, here's another people I don't want to put on this list. Because low-key, I kind of sort of am in this category, but I have to put them on this list because I've seen it happen. Like, too close to home for this one. Black men raised by single mothers. Can't trust them. Now, I didn't get raised by a single mother, right? My mom wasn't single, per se. My dad left to Europe, and he was still sending us back money, right? But I understand what it's like to be raised primarily by a woman during your formative years. I was lucky enough to still have that strong masculine presence. It was still over the phone, but it was there, as opposed to not being there at all. Black men who were raised by nothing but like a mother or a grandmother, weak as hell. Weak as fucking hell. Now, I'm saying black men specifically, really, it's any man. But black men in particular is worse. Because there's a weird matriarchal hold black women have on black men. Real talk. Real talk. It's weird. It's almost like voodoo type shit. It's witchcraft. And they will make every decision, they'll filter every decision they make from the point of view of how happy can I make black women in general. Can't trust them. Can't trust them. Cannot trust them. Can't. Too gynocentric in their thinking. Always bending and shifting and apologizing to make them feel happy and make them not angry with them. You really think about how pathetic it is that the grown-ass men have to apologize or live in apology of the fact that they happen to date women outside their race. You're a grown-ass man. You think that's something to apologize about? And it's so weird because it affects every other aspect of your life. Do you realize that if you think that's something to apologize about, you're going to face way harder resistance in like business ventures and entrepreneurship ventures? If you can't stand 10 toes down on who you date, you think you're going to run a successful business? Oh my God, these niggas weak. Oh, fat guys as well. Thank you. That's another one. Can't trust fat dudes. Nope. Refuse to. You're fat. You can't even stop yourself from having that extra Twinkie. I'm supposed to trust you? Nah, stop it. Can't trust you. No, can't trust you. I can't. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, good example. Fits all those categories, by the way, funny enough, right? Can't trust them. Oh, I'm gonna say the right thing and say this thing and that. I don't need to say the right thing because I can defend my ideas. I'm 6'2". I walk around 205. I'm very fucking capable. I am strong. Mentally, physically, spiritually, otherwise. I do not need to live in apology to anybody. So when I say fucked up shit, I can stand by that shit. I don't give a fuck. And that is a freedom most men will never experience or understand. And I feel sorry for them. Because imagine that fucking life. Walking around, always apologizing for everything. You have to be careful what you say and how you word it. And then you wonder why these motherfuckers envy me. Of course they do. Who doesn't want to be the guy that just does whatever the fuck he wants and gets away with it? You know? Philip added to... Philip, you don't add Philip to the list. Stop bullying my boy Philip. Stop bullying him. You feel me? You feel me? Let's see. You need to have one person to stick it to. Yeah, I told you the village people. You gotta get them. So there's this. I already read that one. My parents be kind of disrespecting me about girls, saying they couldn't get an au pair, cause my bro. Couldn't get a what? I don't know what an au pair is. Au pair? I don't know what that is. Would bag her, but I would be calm and respectful. My brother. What are you talking about, Peter? I'm so confused right now. I need friction. Also, I'm pulling back conversation. I can't close until I have registration. I read that one. Yeah, fish be catching shit. My bad, fish. Jace, give me in mod people. I have someone. Hold on. Philip. Is that my Philip? My actual Philip? Or is it some other Philip? Proves to me that you're my Philip if I give you this mod. Because my real Philip is my Philip and he's already mod on his account. So who the fuck is this? You feel me? Najee, I take it back. You already answered my question. That's so funny. So I have to be a greater evil, i.e. if she was beat by her ex, should I beat her more? Serious question. No. When it comes to women, it's never about the physical abuse. It's always about the psychological. You don't have to beat a woman or even touch her really to be more of a consequence to her psychologically. You know? Think about what, like, because the beating isn't what hurts, right? At least not psychologically. Physically, sure. But it's not the beating that hurts. It's what it means to her, like what her getting beat by someone means. It means that person doesn't respect or give a fuck about her. There's many different ways you can do that without putting your hands on her. In fact, low-key putting your hands on her, first of all, don't do that at all. Don't even consider it. But, you know, morals aside, it's not even the best way to go about showing a woman you don't care. As far as like ignoring a woman, that's like the least effective way to go about it. You feel me? Suplex her, Jason on this book. No, do not suplex her. Just ignore her for 2 weeks. Just disappear. That's way more torment, way more psychological torment, way more effective than putting your hands on her. Trust me. Don't gotta pimp a bitch with your hands. Pimp her with your mind. No, as in I want power to unmod Mitzikins. Oh, that's so funny. No, you cannot. Mitzikins is my guy. You can't unmod Mitzikins. Gonna come over here and start telling people, hell no. You know? Rock the malam. Hell yeah, rock the malam. Now I've had my only 35. Type shit. Damn, we getting up there, Dimitri. I saw a video online, a bunch of fat men saying it's okay to be weak. Of course they did. Like, what do you expect them to say? They're fat. What do you expect them to say? Oh, guys, no, hit the gym. No, they're gonna say, oh, no, guys, I promise. Women like dad bods. Oh, nah, women don't like big, strong, masculine men. No, they don't. How dare you have muscle? No, they don't want that. They want someone soft and vulnerable and emotionally introspective. You're just a little bitch that can't build muscle. Stupid. Don't lie. I hate that shit. Like, that's the thing about those guys that I hate the most. It's like, I don't mind you not having certain features or the ability to demonstrate certain values. That's cool. Right? But to act like they're not necessary or to try to find these weird arguments to support that they're not real or effective. Like, you got the most feminine soy boy looking motherfuckers talking about masculinity is a social construct. Are you kidding me? Pathetic. Pathetic! And it's okay to be weak, don't get me wrong. It's not okay to stay weak. Yeah, it's okay to be weak, just don't stay weak. You know? I just wish we low-key went back a little bit to like caveman day. Just a little bit. We don't gotta go all the way back. Not everyone's gonna survive. Just a little bit. Just to remind people what game we're actually playing. Because we're getting a little too distracted now. There's too many people that have forgotten how much of survival of the fittest is actually out here. You feel me? Yeah, or guys that will throw you under the bus for a woman at her call. Oh, for sure. You cannot be friends with the starving. You can't. Men that starve for women can't do it. Right? I can because I can just teach them how to do it. Right? How to get women consistently. I've had friends that started out being starvers and then they hung out around me long enough and now they're doing well. But you can't really stay a friend with someone that's starving for women because they will fucking dog you out to impress a bitch. Not even to actually get her. Like they're not even guaranteed the success. Just to be able to sniff the back of her kneecaps. You feel me? Mitzikins isn't surviving in caveman days. I don't think you know who Mitzikins is. Mitzikins probably has a better chance of survival than me. Mitzikins is that guy. You must not know who Mitzikins is. Mitzikins is that guy. Mitzikins is fine. You feel me? You feel me? Facts. Oh my God, type shit. You are as strong as your weakest company. Yes. He didn't change, but became better. Exactly. Very few people in my whole life that really matter to me. They're barely over 5 outside of family. 5 is too much, honestly. I'm at 5 right now. Shit. Spoke too soon. Gotta get rid of 1 now. God damn it. My girl says short men are problematic. LOL. She's 5'7". Dude. For the longest time, I was a short king advocate. For the longest time. And mind you, it's been particularly hard for me to do that because the girls I date are tall. I date tall women. I'm 6'2". Shortest girl I got in my life right now is 5'8". Shortest one. I date tall women. Y'all know. That's my group. They know this. I date tall fucking women. So, they hate short men. Like, hate short men. Dude, we were talking about, oh boy, what's his name? Divine. When that was happening, I literally had a video of a couple of my girls literally just roasting him, and I was like, I'm gonna just put this on TikTok. Because they had way more to say about him than I did. Way more to say about him than I did. Tall women hate short men. Like, hate. Mind you, when I say short, I'm not talking like, oh, like 5'10", like 5'7". No, like those itty bitty motherfuckers. Hatred. You feel me? So, it's been hard to defend the short kings, but honestly, the more things they tell me, the more of the experiences they show me, the more evidence I gather. It's like, God damn it, dude. Damn it, they might have a fucking point, dude. They might have a fucking point. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's like, I'm not saying it's all of them, obviously. There's actually a few 5'5", 5'4" guys I really respect. But the majority of them, like, yo, you can't, put it up. Nah, that's it's been a while since I bullied, bro. When was the last time? I might just stir up some trouble. Why not? Feel like it. Philip, I'm gonna take you back to 1850 with the way I'm making you do things for me. That's crazy. It's crazy work, Philip. Don't let him talk to you like that. People will operate either on fear or on faith. And the people that will operate on fear most of the time are the people that don't have the ability or the capacity for faith. You see the point? So yeah, just look at them. If they look like they don't have faith in themselves, they don't have faith in anything. Trust me. Both are contagious. Very well said, Sammy. Very well said. 5'5" and you're killing it. Okay, see, now this is a good example of someone that's 5'5", that low key is a great fucking example of what I'm talking about. No, I'm just playing. Homelander, I'm gonna put it like this. For you, it kind of makes sense why you're Homelander now. Now that I'm thinking about it, the fact that you're I didn't even know you were 5'5" this entire time. If you had told me that, it all makes sense now. Guys, Homelander is 5'5". Duh. Of course. You're a lot better than when you started out, though. Obviously. A lot better than when you started out. But it's clicking now. It makes sense. The unnecessary bursts of anger, the stubbornness, the need to be right at all costs. Oh my God, it's all making sense now. You've been 5'5" this whole time? Duh! Doing a lot better though. So, can't even complain, honestly. You've transcended your height. Pun intended. Bro, how am I on this list? That's so funny. What about people who spreads people's downfalls, i.e. like being arrested? It's not even those, those people are just sad, honestly. It's not even like, those people aren't even like people you can't trust. It's just people you feel sorry for. You know what I mean? If the downfall of others makes you feel good, dude, like, come on. Men who can't stand up to their women won't stand up. Thank you. Men who can't stand up to their women won't stand up for you or moral rights. Which brings me to another person we gotta add on this list. Not all of them, but the majority of married men are on that fucking list. If he's married, I can't trust him. I can't. Because he'll sell me out. He'll dog me out to impress his fucking wife. Can't trust him, bro. Can't trust him. Not all of them, right? There's a few married men out there that actually run a tight ship. I truly respect what they have. They got a good wife. They got kids that actually listen to obey them. Cool. But the majority of men getting married out there, the majority of marriages out there, are built on the premise of a woman that was looking for a backup when she couldn't get what she really wanted. And these idiot men following along with that goofy ass plan. And so they're in a position that they never thought they'd ever be in, and they're happy. Oh my God, I'm married. A bunch of Cassie husbands. A bunch of Russell Wilsons. And they confuse longevity with success. I'm telling you guys, the longevity of a relationship is not an indicator of the success of the relationship. I don't give a fuck how long it's lasted. A prison is a prison. Just because a prison sentence is longer doesn't necessarily mean the rehabilitation is actually going to take place. Fuck is you talking about? Oh, we've been together for 10 years. 10 years of suffering? Because I can see the suffering on your face. Who are you lying to? I see the bags under your eyes. Do you see bags under my eyes? Of course not. And not because I'm not married. Even if I was married. In fact, let me put this over here. Even if I was married, I'd be better than you. Because I wouldn't let no bitch control me. What? But most married men, that's what they do. Can't trust you. I'm probably the one in my friend group who wasn't married. Oh, and my cousin. Type shit. I have 2 boys that are married. But again, like, would I even call what they have marriage? They're so fucking pimp. My boy and his wife and his girlfriend cook him dinner. Like, come on. This is the kind of boys I hang out with. I don't hang out with these weirdo married, oh my God, gotta call the missus, gotta go back home. Fuck out of here. Fuck that. That weak ass shit. Ew. Anyway, they're on the list now. Most married men. Can't trust them. Can't trust them. I ain't gonna hide it. Many fat guys for sure. For sure. In the words of Dante Nero, if you don't put your happiness first, then they won't. Exactly. And beautifully said, by the way. Shout out to Dante. If you don't put your happiness first, they won't. Let's see. French guy. Oh, that's cold. French guys, that's cold. I ain't gonna lie though. A good amount of them, a good portion of them on there. French guys, French is a give-up country, honestly. On a cultural level, French is a give-up country. Shout out to the French though. I fuck with some of them. And their president is a great example of what they are as a people. I ain't even gonna hold you. I wish I could say some nice things about the French right now, but I'm sorry, y'all ain't looking too strong right now. I'm surprised that Indians are still getting the flack. Indians are getting the disrespect. It should be the French. Can't we move on from the Indians yet, guys? We still gotta give Indians the disrespect. No. Let's move it over to the French. Low key. It's them. They're the ones. They need the hate right now. I just saw a video yesterday of the president who apparently, like, what is going on in France, bro? Their prime minister got, like, groomed by his mother, who's actually his father, like, and that's his wife now. Like, what's going on, bro? And he's coming out of the presidential jet, and I guess they didn't know the doors were opening, and, like, from the side, you just see this man hands just mush him in the face. The fucking French, dude. They should be the one getting all the fucking disrespect India's getting right now. That's how I feel. I'm standing on that too. Fuck it. Y'all got a problem with it? Fight me. Fight me. Oh God. You can't get a paternity test in France? Is that true? Bullshit. Hold on. Y'all got me fucked up. I'm about to search this shit out. You lying? Ain't no fucking way. Are you serious? Hold on. You paternity test France. Bull. In France, DNA paternity testing is primarily regulated by court order and is not generally accessible to the public for non-legal purposes. So what are the legal purposes that they're... Hold on. Private non-consensual paternity tests are illegal? French disrespect right now in the chat. French disrespect button right now. I want to see the entire chat. French disrespect button right now. Let's go. French L. French L, bro. I'm starting it. Spread the fucking word. Somebody click this shit. French disrespect button in the chat. Let's go. I'm gonna read this again because this is ain't no fucking way, bro. In France, DNA paternity testing is primarily regulated by court order and is not generally accessible to the public for non-legal purposes, which begs the question, what the fuck is non-legal purposes? But anyway, the next line says, private non-consensual paternity tests are illegal. Okay. And violations can result in fines or imprisonment. So that means you can't, even if it's you're the father on the birth certificate, you can't take your own daughter's hair sample and go to a doctor and say, hey, check this out for me. That would be, and I know how these pussy ass countries work, that would be what they refer to as non-consensual paternity tests. So that means you can go to jail. You can go to jail for going to the doctor with your own daughter's hair sample, or at least, hopefully, your fucking daughter. You can go to jail for that in France? French disrespect button in the chat right fucking now, I swear to God. French disrespect button in the goddamn chat, bro. What are we doing? Hold on. I need more details on this. Ain't no fucking way. Paternity testing is usually conducted only when ordered by a judge during legal proceedings, such as establishing or contesting paternity or determining child support. Only then? You can't just do it on the fly? On a whim? Protection of family. The French legal system prioritizes social and legal paternity. Who raises the child over biological paternity? French disrespect button in the goddamn chat, bro. They are saying by their wording that they prioritize not who the biological father is, but who the socially acceptable father is, aka the father that stepped up. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I didn't know it was that bad in France. I thought this would be Sweden. This is France? Legal penalties. Violating the law regarding private paternity testing can result in penalties like a fine of 15,000 euros or up to 1 year in prison. Oh my God. Oh sweet Jesus. Oh sweet Jesus. This just ruined my fucking mood. This ruined my fucking mood. I was gonna break my fast, have some Chipotle after this. Fuck that. I can't eat. I can't eat. Fuck Chipotle. I can't eat. No. What is this? You can go to prison? Pay 15,000 euros? It's like $3,000? In fines? For trying to privately conduct a paternity test with your own kid? What? Hold on. Where's the French disrespect button? Where's the French disrespect button? I need it. I need it. Everybody put the French flag in your fucking chat and just put the thumbs down right after. Let's go. Like, no. Oh my God. Oh my sweet Jesus. When did this happen? When did this happen? I gotta do research on that. Hold on. When did this happen? When did this happen? When did this happen? $7 years ago? Paternity test banned 7 years ago? I feel like I've been living under a rock. This how y'all living in France? I can't believe my eyes right now. I can't believe my eyes right now, guys. I don't even know what to think about this. I'm gonna have to put this shit in DeepSeek and have it just... Wow. France is the ultimate liberal country. Apparently 30 to 40% are raising children that aren't theirs. numbers. If it's sewn into their law, it can't be just 30 or 40%. It's like 70%. Because what is the inhibition? Women are literally incentivized to conduct paternity fraud with these laws. So it's not 30, 40%. It's like damn near 80, bro. It's damn near 80. Oh my God. Do I got a French bitch on the roster? Hold on. I bet not have a fucking French bitch on the roster. Hold on. Stop that shit immediately. The fuck? I had to pull out the second laptop. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Now she speaks French. She ain't French. That's different. How am I just finding out about this? I feel so dumb right now. Jesus Christ. What is going on in France? I swear, you really can't escape that law. The leader of a people reflects the people, dude. And that Macron guy is a bitch. So, of course, the entire country just followed suit. Wow, dude. Okay, yeah, put them on the list. Can't trust no French motherfuckers. Nope. Put them on the list. They're right there underneath the fat guys. Fuck it. Yup. 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 It's a country full of cucks. Can't do it. If your DNA test, you gotta go to the UK or Spain. That's true. You gotta leave the country to DNA test. Can't trust them. Nope. Nope. Can't trust them. Nope. Yeah, I'm gonna put it on school. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hell no. Remember the fat guy you had beef with? Which one? I had beef with several of them. I've had beef with all these people. That's the funny thing. The only people that ever start beef with me are these people. Shocker. How shocking. Right? What a surprise. Weak men have a problem with me. Nah. No. French disrespect button. Everywhere. Nope. Oh no. Absolutely not. Just how do you become a monster? A better monster than you? Are you sure you know what you're asking for? Suffering. Monsters are created from suffering. From intentional discipline and pain. The guy who wanted to prove he's going to transform, he didn't. I know. They never do. And I was hoping he would, because that would have been so good for both of us. We would have been friends by now, he and I. I remember that one. That was the fat guy. I remember it was around the same time Logan Paul was about to fight, what's his name? I forget. But he was saying like he was going to work out and get fit to spite me. Well, I guess the spite wasn't strong enough. Didn't hate me enough. I should have made him hate me more. I remember when Tate was talking about the party he went to in France, 10 different dudes over one bed. Really? Oh, is that what's going on over there? No wonder they're not too worried about the paternity test. Hell no. Hell no. I'm glazing Mexicans. That's so funny. My son is looking up to you, cuz. Tell him how you bullied me. Is that my cousin? Adese, is that you? Girl, how you been? Is that my cousin? Oh, Lupon. I was confused, like, that last name. I keep forgetting you're married. What's up, girl? Hit me up on Facebook. Damn it. I've been trying to find you on Facebook. Where are you? How's Lily? How's everyone? I'm trying to talk to you guys for a while. And your son, how old is he now? How old is Great? I'm out here having family talks on the live. We'll talk, Ade. We'll talk. Let's see. Make a video regarding short men. Why not? Why not? Why not? For real, Homelander made progress. He did. Got brainwashed in the cult. Power driven. Nah, you're just short. Nah, it's not the cult thing. We are not our heights, our race, thoughts, doubts, fears, past traumas. You're so right, but you have to actually transcend those things. It's not just about saying it. You have to transcend those things. You have to conduct yourself like you're not a product of any of those things. It's very important. Not saying that you haven't, by the way. You have, for sure, in many different ways. But the whole point of saying those things is to transcend them, all right? Still got expelled from my campus. Now I'm going to sue them. 2 guys in there couldn't stand up to the girls. Both twice my size. Complete whipped, compliant betas. But I think you can only survive in nursing as a provider. You were right. Oh, dude. I told you, like, bruh, there's certain industries you can't go into when you're guys like us. It's not going to work out. I was going to go down the male nursing route too. I'm Nigerian. That's all we do when we get here. I said, fuck that. I can't do that shit. I can't live this apologetic life forever. It's not going to happen. I don't care how much they pay me. You know? So nah. Bro thought he would be glazed. That's funny. Hey, leave Homelander alone before he flies to you and laser eyes you or something. I'm probably the only one in my friend group that who's him. I already read that one. That's true. At least now I know how to be kind and collaborative when I need to be. Please learn more. And Cassie's husband is a handsome man. He could have done so much better. He could have, man. He's a personal trainer too. My friend is a Nigerian guy trying to date in Japan. What should he do? Get Immigrant Game. I have an entire course I made about that. Link in bio. Immigrant Game. Get it. Yeah, French guys. We're putting them on the list. My priest is pressuring me, said I'm behaving like I'm young. You are. Listen, there's only a few things people will say to try to pressure you if you're an older guy. I'm talking to the older men right now. I get to say that now because I just turned 30. Thank you. Yes, I just turned 30. Thank you. So, now that I'm 30 and I can talk all this shit, whenever people mention that age range, oh, you're in their 30s, you have to behave a certain way. Let me tell you something. That is a lie from the devil. Designed specifically to rob you of your youthful energy. This is how people get old. I told you guys, if you look and pay attention to our biology, it's very clear. We were never meant to grow old the way we do. We were never meant to. So when you see people growing old and dying out and losing energy and vitality the way they are, it's because they're allowing their minds to begin to believe these fucked up mental modes and frames of thinking. Like the fact that you should just settle down and mature. Fuck all that. Vitality, energy, life. All right? Never fucking slow down. I have a 6-pack. Most people my age don't. It's right here. I have it. Most people my age don't. All right? You don't have to slow down. There's no book or law there that says that you have to fucking do something or behave a different way because you're now older. Who the fuck came up with that fucking idea? Maturity doesn't happen with age. It happens with experience. Now, the assumption is with more experience, with more age comes experience, which is fair. But even with that, when did maturity mean rob yourself of energy? Energy is vitality. Energy is life. Why would you allow anything or anyone or any thought to rob you of that? Why? I haven't eaten in over 24 hours. I never do every single day. Again, I'm 30, I'm unk. Look at me. I've been talking for hours. Do I look like I'm slowing down? Energy. Never allow people to lie to you like that. A weak man came up with the idea. Exactly. A weak man came up with the fucking idea. And people believed it. Oh, you just have to slow down and settle down. Because for them, getting a woman trapped in the house and forced to fuck them is like the ultimate goal, right? They can't get pussy to save their lives. So I just want to marry this one. Oh God, please. I just want to marry this one. So she can just stay in the house and I can dedicate my entire life to her because her vagina is worth my life because I have nothing else to live for. Pathetic. Never allow anyone to lie to you like that. Never. Okay? Don't fuck. Oh my God, I cannot stress this enough. Don't slow down. Please. They will surround you and eat you like piranhas and inject you with their lazy gene. Don't. Your poor girlfriends, here one of for each one. Oh, that's so funny. I mean, that's how you keep 4 of them. You feel me? Well, not that I have 4 anymore, but you know. But yeah, fuck that pressure from the priest, you know. You can't get a paternity test in France. Yeah, dude, I'm still pissed off about that. I used to be afraid of the power I have. And I'm miserable now. I just unleash it. Unleash, please. Please. Because it'll kill you inside to have all that pent up energy and not have an outlet to let it go. You feel like, you know that feeling of dying on the inside? You want to know why you have that feeling? Because it's been a while you just went out in public and you roared. I'm going to start talking about this more. Because it's not just about how to live more in accordance to our circadian rhythm as men, but also how to live more in accordance with our primal instinct. There's things you just feel like doing and do them without fear of judgment from others. Here's something I did yesterday, just for no reason. I'm at my dog park. I take my... Zoro, is he sleeping? Oh no, watch this. There he is. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. He wants to sit down and behave now. Look at him. Say hi, boy. You can have it. And yes, he won't eat until I tell him to. I was at the dog park with him yesterday. His dog park is the size of a football field, the one around here, right? It's provided by the city. And there's certain parts of it that has nice earthy grass on it. And the sun was shining. We were out there like super early, like 9 a.m. type of thing. We're usually not there till like noontime after I'm done with my morning ritual, but I woke up really early the day before. So I went into the sun with him. He's running around doing this thing, doggy thing. He's like rolling in the grass and whatever. And I felt this urge to get barefoot and just walk through the grass. Mind you, there's other people there, like they have their dogs and stuff like that. And there's probably some dog poop in the grass. Didn't give a fuck. Took off my shoes, took off my socks, and just walked through there. And I just stared into the sun. I just absorbed that motherfucker. Just like. And I cannot explain to you how good that felt. It felt like after a full body massage, that feeling of looseness, like you're just like relaxed, that's what it felt like. Now, where did I get the wisdom to do that? If I would have, I didn't read it in any book. I didn't watch it in any video. I just instinctively knew to do that. Maybe it's because I grew up in Nigeria, right? It might just be that I've done that so many times in my life before. But not with that same inclination though. Not with that same urge. But I felt the urge the day before. And I just did that immediately. And it felt like, and not to mention the rest of that day was just smooth. Like on point, on 10. I had some of the best ideas I've had in a fucking while. Right? Some of the like highest quality ideas. The dreams I had. The night after that, which is last night, the night before, I guess. The dreams, how clearly they were given to me, the signal I got, how clear they were, how easy they were to interpret. Man. All that to say, there's something to listening to your innermost voice. You don't even know why it's telling you to do some of the things you do. I'm not talking about like the off intrusive thoughts, the negative shit. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the shit deep down in there that's urging you to do something that doesn't make any logical sense right now. But it will later. It will. It always does. You feel me? Always. I can't even explain to you why, but it always does. Always. So sometimes you're just driven to do all that primal shit. Sometimes you just feel like you have to roar at the top of your lungs. When was the last time you did that? Just roar at the top of your lungs. Just a nice belty, just out there. When was the last time you felt the need to do that? Probably try it. See how you feel. And I could go into the science of how this affects you, but some of it you don't need to understand. Just fucking do it. Right? Let your spirit fucking rise, dude. You feel me? Bombaclat, indeed. It's true, I lived there, bro. Damn. In France, God has planted our desires in us, but we have to conquer our dark desires first, which is passing on God, yes. They said it hurts the family, apparently. The French paternity test, bullshit. That was signed into law by some woman or some weak man. Jesus Christ. They said the test will bring chaos. Please. French disrespect immediately. Men like us would have a field day in France. In fact, that just kind of gave me an idea. Honestly, if you want a bunch of illegitimate children running around just to, satisfy that aspect of your not hypergamous need, your biological imperative to replicate, the backpack trip with the boys, go to France. Fuck it. That's apparently where to go dump your seed with no consequence. We about to have 100 kids each, boys. We going to France. And Lord knows the women will be easy to pull. Because if that's the competition over there, my God, they're starving for masculinity. It's like Sweden, but worse. That's the men I gotta compete with. Oh no, I do not want to do a paternity test. I trust her with all my heart. I'm taking your bitch. I am. It's gonna be easy. Are you kidding me? My last name is Pierre, but they tripping for a big L. I am so sorry that your people are doing you like this, Pierre. God damn it. Jesus Christ, French L for real. You think it's a lack of hydration or electrolytes, or do I need a pre-workout snack? In terms of what? Billy? I know who Billy is, by the way. How you doing, man? Also, I didn't see the first message before that. Either way, do both. It might be a lack of hydration or electrolytes, but I don't really believe in pre-workouts, to be honest. Loading yourself up with that much glycerine and sugar before a workout kind of defeats the point. It gives you energy, but it's a short crash afterwards. Like, it's not worth it, in my opinion. They'll arrest you if you come back for doing it in another country. Wow. So you can't even go and do your paternity test in another country. They'll arrest you if you come back. That's crazy. Jesus Christ. I will make a video on France. I'll probably just put this one up there. Clip this one and put it up there. Jesus. I did not know about France. I thought I knew about Sweden. I didn't know about France. Only thing I know about France is the fact that they're losing their power in a lot of West African countries. You know what I'm saying? That's all I know about France. That is all I know about France. I didn't realize that it was deeper than that. Like, no wonder they're getting overthrown right now. They're a bunch of cucks. If you're an African country and you still let France have a hold on you, you should be ashamed of yourself, low key. At this point, that's the country you're dealing with. Bunch of pussies over there. You still let them take your shit, control your economy. Like, come on, how we doing? If it was America, that's one thing. France? Man, if you don't sacre bleu them motherfuckers, man, stop it. Notice how all their football players aren't French. They're African. I've been saying that for years. Oh, believe me, I noticed. I noticed. I know my brothers when I see them. My fellow West African brothers, I notice them when I see them. Yeah, I notice. Shout out to the French team. They send you to jail and drain your account because you want to know if it's your kid. That's crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. Hey, what you... No, I gotta read that in the French voice. Sacre bleu! Hey, what are you in for? What are you here for? What are you locked up for? I got the DNA test. Sacre bleu. Mon ami, they have arrested me because I got the DNA test. Oh, God. Those idiots, man. That's crazy. That is wild. That is... could never be us. Blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus cover us. Amen. El Salvador is the most baller country right now. For real. Shout out to Bukele, right? Shout out to Bukele. Yeah, I love that. I love seeing that. Yes, give me all that French disrespect. They need it. Yes, they need it. France is the ultimate liberal country. At this point, it looks like. For real. Jay, so you familiar with Brave New World novel? Check out the 10-minute summary. It's dystopian 1920. Brave New World. No, I can't close this tab. I gotta keep French on the mind now. Brave New World. Is it Captain America? Or is it the novel by Aldous Huxley? Probably the novel by Aldous Huxley. I'll check that out. Let's see. Oh, damn, I gotta go soon. Why is the time 9/11 right now? Why is the time 9/11 right now, bro? Oh, shit. Now I have to leave. Motherhood and families are over. For real. Nah, bro, about to dump his girl. Y'all thought I was bullshitting. I remember she's not French. She just speaks it. It's fine. Gotta cancel that. Nope. Can't have that. What? Also, nah. What are? I don't even know how to word this right now. How have the women? Okay, if whenever things like this happen in countries where the men are just so passive that they let the women just run the country. Usually that comes with some kind of an uproar and the women complaining about where are all the good men, right? But I can imagine in the French case, it'll be a massive uproar, like a bigger uproar than any other country. Does that happen in France or no? Did you see the Charlie Kirk debate versus Cambridge students? What did you think? I saw clips, I think, but I have been seeing a lot about the Jordan Peterson one, which I thought was a very interesting debate there, what was going on. It was pretty much Jordan Peterson who clearly isn't that great at debating at the same pace as these, Gen Z kids. And these Gen Z kids just trying to speed blitz the guy. It was kind of interesting to look at. It was very interesting. Also, Jordan Peterson just doesn't look like a solid dude anymore. He's not the same man he was a few years ago. He's not. He's getting trampled by children at this point. How can I get girls at the Key Glock concert? Who the fuck is Key Glock? Key Glock concert? Who the fuck is Key Glock? I'm sorry, I'm too sophisticated. I don't listen to that kind of music. I think I know who Key Glock is though. No, that's Pooh Shiesty. No. Who's Key Glock? I don't know if I know who Key Glock is. It's kind of 50-50 because they also girls that complain, and when girls complain, you fall. Exactly. Living countries in Europe is like traveling state to state, to be fair. I mean, I think a lot of those European countries are so close. You can get through all of them with like the train or some shit. But still, the fact that you have to leave your own province, your own territory, to go and get a paternity test is kind of wild. It is. When in reality, you should be able to just walk to get one. How small those countries are. You feel me? That guy who wanted to prove that he's gonna transform. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. Goofball. I remember when Tate was talking about the party he went to in France. Oh yeah, I heard that one too. Ugh, I don't know what the fuck is going on in there. Don't know. My comments aren't getting read. Am I banned? No, you're here. I see you. You might have just been wording it incorrectly. You got to word it a different way so TikTok can allow it. Let's see. The damn campus even made a false police threat, so I'm suing them now, and the audacity to pay me as a bad guy for standing up for myself. That's funny. Honestly, let that shit go. Demi De La Nuit is proof that age is a mentality. Shout out to Demi, man. That's the homegirl. Shout out to Demi. Let's see. Colony. There's all these people getting tagged with other people. All right. But I gotta go though. I gotta bounce. I gotta end this one. I should have been gone for a while, but I'm gonna have to leave this one now. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't yet, go ahead and grab the interview. If you have the interview already, go and grab Immigrant Game. Hurry up and go grab them. I have sales running on them for a couple more hours, I believe. And a bunch of bonuses on those things, like amazing bonuses that I've added to them. Oh, and for those of you in the interview, wait for 10 frame. That's going to be added very soon. Okay? All right. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's been Jason Favorite Scientist. Do with all this information what you must.